What's up, guys? We're back for another edition of LAS. I am Freedom. I'm joined with Joseph here, plus a few guests, special guests.
Yeah, we've got our guest casters for tonight. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us again tonight here. Again, this is our Angkop fundraiser, streaming League of Legends. We're actually having a tournament consisting mainly of SFC and YFC in our CFC community. And one of our SFC Pennsylvania members who actually played last night, he's sporting a really pretty cool tie there. We have here Barely Noah. So welcome to the cast here, Barely Noah. How are you?
I'm pretty good, Seth. Thank you for having me tonight. I'm really excited to be able to cast these games tonight, and can't wait to see what these teams have in store for us. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to your insight to these games because you guys played last night and you guys had a really well fought victory there. Congratulations. So looking forward to your insight. Also joining us here, our guest caster as well. We have XT. How are you, XT?
Hi, I'm doing great. Super excited to be here tonight with you guys, and really excited to cover some League of Legends.
Right. Really, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. This is for a good cause. We're doing this for our Angkop fundraiser. So the Angkop fundraiser is really generated by viewership. So for those who are watching, we encourage you to spread the word, right? Tweet those the links to everybody you know, and invite them to come down because we gotta hit our goals so that we can get our fundraising goals down pat. So thank you for joining us here. So we have our matchup tonight. Actually, before we do that, Freedom, how are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to check this out again.
Yeah, thanks for hosting us once again. Again, this is our Monday and Tuesday casts, so just get used to opening up that Trovo link every Monday night at 7 p.m. as well as Tuesday. It's going to go on for the rest of July and into August. So make this part of your weekly schedule, twice a week. So about tonight, let's put up that graphic on our matchup for tonight. So one of the teams that play in our exhibition game in our opening night with Joe Momma, we can we show their team roster? So one of the players there, I think, is playing tonight is our commissioner, who you guys are very familiar with already, with Keyline in there. But he's not the team captain. Team captain is Joe Dong. So Paolo, Barely Noah. I'm gonna have to get used to calling you Barely Noah. Do you have any insight on these players here?
Yeah, definitely. So we are looking at the Nelio in top lane. He is I think, the person with the most influence on this game. It depends on how well he does, and hopefully he can bring Team Joe Momma to victory.
Cool. So Joe Momma is playing tonight, and they are playing Team Rocket. So if we bring up their team roster here, and actually it's captained by the self-proclaimed jungler ruler here, Raph Bustos. If you guys remember, he was our first caster in our opening night, Raph, and he loves to play jungler. And you have any other insights on this? Because honestly, that's the only thing I know.
Yeah. So Raph is very scary in the jungle. I think he is the highest ranked individual in this tournament. So he'll definitely have an impact all over the map for Team Rocket tonight. So I go.
Great. Well, looks like the game lobby has already done, and I think we've started the game. They're doing their bans and picks right now, so we're gonna throw it to you guys, casters. Take it away.
Enjoy, guys.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, I'm super excited for tonight, Noah. We're currently in a very interesting patch for 11.4, and so far, we're seeing some pretty unique bans for sure. I think one of the biggest things that we always have to keep our minds out for a lot of these tournaments is champions with a lot of crowd control and champions who are able to kind of farm really easily. You were talking about Raph earlier. I saw in his champ pool he does play a lot of the Xin Zhao. He's been spamming it recently. I really wonder if he is going to go ahead and pick it up for the red team, or if it's going to go on over to the blue side here.
Yeah, that is also one of the things I've been looking at. As a jungler myself, Raph is one of the people that I watch to get better, and I have been seeing that Xin Zhao. But we do see that Swain ban coming out from Team Rocket. Like I said before, Neilio is very good on that Swain. He has about 600,000 points on that Swain, so he can definitely influence games with that pick. So it's definitely a good idea for Team Rocket to ban out that Swain.
Well, right now we are looking at the first pick here. Dr. Mundo is going to be the hover. He is one of the stronger picks so far in 11.14, right? He's a great tank, has amazing build paths. A lot of the new people have been playing a lot with the new item that just released, I believe, last patch, Athamina's Chains. That does allow you to be a lot more tankier and also kind of neutralize a threat on the enemy team. It's going to get locked in. Not really too sure where it's going to go just yet. We've been seeing it play top mainly, but he can also be flexed to the jungle, or he can even be played bot lane with the Senna. That has been played a couple of times here and there recently this patch. Now, next pick bans here. What are you expecting?
I am not too sure. I think because Team Joe Mama picked out that Mundo, I was gonna get into it, but Mundo is Raph's main jungler, so I did expect that Xin Zhao pick to come out from Raph there.
There it is. Yeah, Xin Zhao right now is probably a top 3 jungler in the meta. I believe he's one of the most picked junglers in like across all the regions. If you guys do follow the competitive League of Legends scene, the LCS, right, for North America. But with Xin Zhao, right, one of his biggest weaknesses is that he does need someone to kind of buff him up. Someone like the Karma or the Lulu, right, to give him that extra edge so that he's free to do whatever he wants. He does have a lot of unique build paths. We'll have to really see what is to call for Team Rocket here, but Team Joe Mama, we do see the Graves lock in. I'll talk more about that one later. We also see the Caitlyn come in, so it's double marksman already locked in. That means you know where the damage is coming from here for Joe Mama, but it's into a Malphite, who's one of the tankiest, one of the tankiest, champions in the game.
See, I think that was why they were also hovering the Corki pick. Now, we'll see later if that pick comes to fruition. But Corki is very good versus Malphite because although he is a marksman, he does have that armor shred on his Gatling gun E skill there. Yeah,
and him having that split magic damage as well in his passive really does set him apart from the other marksmen, but unfortunately he isn't going to get locked in. It's both the Caitlyn and the Graves. They don't really have a lot of HP damage to really deal with it, right? But we could see items like, maybe Blade of the Rune King be considered. It is a great anti-tank item, or even the Kraken Slayer for the Caitlyn. As for the Graves, I would expect a lot of armor penetration. We're talking about things like the Black Cleaver, or maybe even something like, the Divine Sunder, but that's more of an unpopular build here. I want to talk about the bans coming in. We're already seeing a lot of AP threats being banned away on the side of Team Rocket, while Team Joe Mama, they do identify the Xin Zhao and the Tristana are a threat. Lulu gets taken away. Karma, or maybe another support to be taken away as well.
Yeah. So that Lulu pick is targeted towards Meta Awesome. He is a gold support player, and his main champion is Lulu. So that was a very good ban for Team Joe Mama. And we do see the Silas ban coming out for Team Joe Mama, but I'm not entirely sure who plays Silas on Team Rocket. So we'll see where these bans lead us.
Yeah, if anything, when we look at the Silas, we always have to think about what ultimates can Team Rocket steal away. And Mundo Ultimate, I don't want a Silas who's able to regenerate HP like crazy and get basically a stat buff, making him really hard to take down. So, honestly, not the worst ban in the world, but here we go. Some AP damage coming in. The Echo gets locked in for the mid lane there. That's going to be going against the Tristana, being piloted by a Tykip. And, last pick here, support is missing. I do kind of want to see someone tanky like the Nautilus or maybe the Thresh to provide some safety, but we'll really have to see what gets locked in.
And we do see that karma that you were talking about earlier. And I think on Team Rocket, we're going to see a Braum maybe. Meta Awesome is also very good on that Braum, and he is also very tanky too. So that kind of fills both roles that they need.
Yeah, not gonna lie, Braum would be a great answer here to Joe Mama's composition, because think about it. there is, the ultimates from the Graves into Caitlyn. You can block with it with the Braum, but no, it's going to be the Zillion being able to speed up 3 of the most threatening carries in the game right now. Xin Zhao is what really comes into mind. He goes and brings out the whole entire combo himself, but Meta Awesome on the Zillion can just use his Chrono Shift, his ultimate on him, and Xin Zhao gets another life for free. So honestly, a very scary composition here from the side of Team Rocket, but not to mention, I'm also very excited for Team Joe Mama's composition as well. It's very straightforward, very simple champions, and it's a simple comp. They want to run at you with the with the Karma Shields, and Dr. Mundo from Nelio is going to be our main focus here for that comp. If he doesn't get ahead, who frontlines this for this team?
Exactly. Yeah. Let's just talk about more the Xin Zhao from Busty Bustos here. I have been doing some scouting, and he does like to early invade. So we'll see how that early invade goes, especially without any CC or with very little CC coming out from Team Joe Mama. I would like to see how they would respond to any invades that Bustos has for this game.
Yeah, you have to keep in mind, where is the form of utility on the side of Joe Mama? And unless Graves is willing to start with his quick draw, his E, there isn't really a lot of ways to get away from the Xin Zhao level 1, right? If he flashes on top of you with his Q, or even better, he uses his E, his Audacious Charge, to really close the gap, they're going to be looking to pop a flash early. And not to mention, when we look at level 1 engages, Xin Zhao does come quite loaded with a lot of stats, mainly because of his role as a jungler, while Graves does take a lot of time to kind of, get into that late game zone. Same thing for Echo, where a lot of his power comes from his ultimate, or Caitlyn, or a lot of her power comes from her 2-item power spike. And not to mention, in the early game, she has a lot of range, but doesn't really have a lot of damage. So it's really, again, I really want to see if Joe Mama does have a response to, the invade that could potentially happen for Team Rocket. But at the same time, we could see, kind of a neutral grounds here where nobody really goes for invade, which is what we all kind of want for both teams, as they're both kind of scaling up.
Yeah. Also, another thing to note is that Team Joe Mama is a bit later game than Team Rocket, and they do have a couple of picks to get them there safely. Like the Caitlyn is very safe in laning phase, very safe, very easy to escape with the net and with the Karma Shield and the speed up. So if I'm Team Joe Mama, I'm playing for the late game in this game, when the Mundo becomes unkillable and the Echo becomes too much to deal with, as well as the Caitlyn.
I wholeheartedly agree, Noah. And on the other side with Team Rocket, what's their game plan? They want to shut down this late game as early as they can. They need to press the gas pedal. They gotta go in the early game with the Xin Zhao and Tristana. They gotta find those early opportunities to shut down this Caitlyn or Echo or Mundo before they get too much of an issue. And we really don't want that to happen if you're a Xin Zhao, because towards the mid to late game, you kind of do struggle. You don't scale as well. You don't really have that high of 80 ratios. That's generally when you start to build a little bit tanky. But there is a kind of a sigh of relief. The safety net that does exist for Team Rocket is this Jinx, who is notorious for being one of the best team fighters in the game after picking up an IE along with the Runon's Hurricane, so that she could do a lot of splash damage. So it's not the end of the world here for Team Rocket if they don't get that early game going, but it does become incredibly harder, and we really have to see if Team Rocket can punish this late game scaling composition here from Team Joe Mama.
Also, I just noticed that Team Rocket did opt to go into the double ADC comp. So that Zillion pick and maybe even the Malphite pick are going to have to be huge for them, or else Team Joe Mama can just stack up armor and the team does no damage with Xin Zhao, Tristana, and Jinx.
Right. The lack of magic damage is a little bit, scary to kind of think about as well. But the great thing is that Mundo is known as an anti-mage tank. His ability kind of tank against a lot of the AD heavy champions isn't really the greatest. He doesn't really have a lot of tools to kind of combat against pure 80 damage, but I think your point's still valid. It's still a tank we have to be careful of, and Yuli only really has one job to build. Build that Thor mail, right? Build that Sunfire Cape or Frostfire Gauntlet, whatever you want. As long as you're building armor, you become harder to take down. And we are heading into game here, Noah. I'm super excited to see Team Joe Momma and Team Rocket duke it out here today. Just kick things off here for, in the Summoner's Rift.
Yeah, me too. And it looks like they are opting for that level 1 invade.
Oh, man.
So we'll see where this goes from this invade. But it does look like Team Joma have scouted it out and are also invading at the top lane, at the top side of the map. So very good homework done by both of these teams. Unfortunately, we don't get to see that exciting level 1 team fight, but
Hey, I mean, I'll take it here. If you were on Joe Momma, you really don't want to deal with this level 1 coming out here from Team Rocket. And, Joe Momma, maybe they are looking for a fight. They're still camping that top bush near the red buff. They're looking to see if they can really take anyone out. So we're looking at Malphite, piloted by Hercules. I believe that's how you pronounce it. He's going to be the one we have to watch here. He has to make sure he paths safely. Doesn't run into this Echo, Graves, and Mundo that's all waiting in a bush. On the other hand, the Xin Zhao is just going to be starting on his blue buff. Not really too sure if the information is there, but his red buff is currently being invaded, but we'll have to see.
So they did delay for that red buff to try to see if Hercules is here, and he is. They could engage on him, but they have no CC. So Hercules, get out of there. This could be first blood, and the Graves picks up first blood on Hercules there.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it is a very, very tough early game to kind of figure out. You don't know where the enemy team is, and you are basically stuck. You have to choose, right, Noah? You either go the short path and potentially get ganked, right, by the enemy team, or you take the long path and you miss the first couple of levels. Hercules took the risk. He went through the short way. He tried to take that shortcut, but unfortunately didn't really work out. It does give information to Busty, where you see him right now in the Raptors right now. He did invade and get the red buff from the, Joe Momma themselves, but it's at a cost, unfortunately, Noah. Hercules is currently going to be starting this game, giving up the first blood, and we'll have to see if he can recover from that.
Yeah. So we do see that invade coming out from Busty Bustos, and we do see him making his way towards the bot lane for an early level 2 gank. He, unfortunately... Oh, he gets a flash from Trillion, so all is not lost in that gank. That's a very good level 2 gank there.
Yeah, when you're a jungler, what is the #1 priority? You want to try to get your lane ahead, right? You don't necessarily have to force the takedown, but at the very least, you can force the flash, which is what happened with Trillion there. No, the Caitlyn no longer does have access to that safety, so the next time Zijo comes bottom, that could be... that Caitlyn could be in a lot of trouble, right? So we really have to keep our eyes off of there. But great pressure from Busty Bustos, kind of making up for that, poor start for Team Rocket, but it's not the end of the world just yet.
Yeah. And as a jungler, my main is Elise, so I do see the value in that early level 2 gank,
right?
Which I like to go for myself, just to get my AD carry and my support lane ahead, because if I blow the other team's flash while my lane still has their flash, and we do see him come back again, and the flash with the knock up and the Zillion stun. I think
it's gonna be close.
Ooh, the Caitlyn heal, and we do see a flash coming out from Tristana too. And some more fighting. Wow, this is gonna be a bloody game. All these guys are fighting in every lane already, and it's like 5 minutes into the game.
Action-packed game, but no takedowns just yet, Noah. We still have to keep in mind that everyone did blow the summoners to kind of get away from the situations. Bottom lane, now Trillion does lose that heal as well, almost getting taken down if it wasn't for that extra heal at the very end. Otherwise, the Zillion Bomb could have,
Yep.
You never really want that to happen here. But also in the mid lane as well, we see Keylime trying to push his advantage as well. Does have the first blood, giving a lot of damage. blows the flash from the Tristana. So now, again, we have to look at the mid lane. Next time they go back mid, it should be an easier time getting this Tristana because of the lack of flash. But Tristana does have that rocket jump, being able to get away there still. So we really have to see where is the advantage. However, if we look at the scoreboard right now, this is a pretty interesting game where opposite sides of the map are getting stronger than the other. We see Meta Awesome Nayoshi currently amassing a pretty big lead in the bot side, but over on the top side, because Hercules got taken down pretty early, he is also quite behind at the top.
Yeah, so we do see that. We do see the fight over Dragon. The bot lane corresponding. We do see a teleport coming in from Malphite. It's a 4v5 here, and Twisty Bustos dies at the hands of P-Lime.
Yep, and we do see Nayoshi now joining the fight. It is still a 4v5, but everyone on the side of Joe Momma is quite low. Nayoshi, out of mana, steps on a trap, not able to take anyone down, but it's a 1-for-1 trade. We do see Busty Bustos. He did take it down early, but at the same time, they are able to secure the first kill of the game for their team here. Team Rocket takes down Waka 6, or Waka. So yeah, they're gonna go ahead and try this dragon again, given the fact that everyone on the side of Joe Momma is still quite low here in Noah. This should be an easy first rate going on over to Team Rocket.
Well, we see the Echo coming in to try to steal. We do see the response from Karma. Is this going to be another fight? And we do see Waka Waka killing Busty Bustos for the dragon.
Oh, I guess they did. They thought they could take it a little bit faster, but unfortunately, looks like Team Joe Momma, they knew the play from the very start. Even though they all haven't really reset just yet, they were still able to get to the dragon in time, and Waka, he was able to get to the dragon as soon as he respawned. So that's going to be really good here for the side of Team Joe Momma. And now, this kind of worries me, Noah, because now we were looking at our highlight player, Busty Bustos, to be that primary carry, but he just got taken down twice in the span of 1 minute, and now that does set him back quite a lot when he's playing against a Graves, who's quite known for being one of the best farming junglers in the game. So he is quite far behind, and I expect this lead from Keyline to continue unless Busty Bustos can get this
we see a gank coming out from Nelia with the flash. Will he live? Oh, he will not. No. Unfortunately, that kill goes over to Hercules at top lane.
Yeah,
so that even...
Oh, no, sorry. But even though, again, we see the strengths of the junglers, right? While Graves is well known for being, one of the best counter gankers in the game, is really great at farming, Xin Zhao, again, what is his strengths? He's really good at getting those ganks off, and Neilio does get taken down.
Ooh, and we do see Echo almost take care of that Tristana there in mid, but Tristana with that rocket jump jumps out to safety. Graves tries to kill, but unfortunately does not.
A little bit too risky again, Graves, one of his weaknesses is his lack of CC. He doesn't have the knockup.
Oh, Malphite flash, and takes out Waka Waka.
Man,
beautiful
Hercules.
roam from Hercules.
2 kills, getting him back into the game here now.
And we do see Graves getting caught out.
Great combo.
Wow. Team Rocket. Now that the jungler has been taken care of, we do see Busty Bustos with the free Rift Herald there. So let's see where that what that gets for Team Rocket.
Yeah, and I don't know what that was. Again, Joe Momma had a great early game, right? Everything kind of fell into place. They were able to get that dragon fight for themselves and get a lot of kills onto, one of their primary carries, the Graves. Unfortunately, we talked about in Champ Select, Noah, what is one of Team Rocket's greatest strengths here? It's their early game. And again, if you make mistakes in the early game, Team Rocket is more than happy to capitalize on that. Busty Bustos, he sets up a kill for Hercules up at the top lane, and Hercules gets another after Echo kind of overstays his welcome in the mid lane, and not to mention Invade going wrong. That goes on over to Taikip on the Tristana here, and what we thought was an unfortunate early game here for Team Rocket, all of a sudden it's a little bit better because of all the take that's just happened on the map.
Exactly. So we are in a little bit of a lull. We just see both teams going back and buying items. We have been getting kills, so the teams are just trying to get items. We do see the jump onto Tristana, but unfortunately he does not land his Q.
Yeah, and something I kind of want to talk about here is the itemization that is coming out. We're seeing a lot of Noon Quivers, and that is actually one of the more common items you like to see on the Marksman. It allows them to kind of farm better, it allows you to do some extra damage to the minions, and not only that, use it to extra attack speed. Meanwhile, on the bot lane,
Xinjiao coming in, and the Jinx
combo.
Super Mega Death Rocket comes in and takes out the Karma, but Graves comes back with a retaliation kill on Busty
Oh, man.
Bustos.
I thought we were going to get some time to breathe there, but unfortunately, Team Rocket, they just want to keep going and going and going. And again, it's a one-for-one trade, but it does go a little bit in the favor of Team Rocket. They were able to get that Rift Herald gold because he was able to break some tower plates over in the bottom lane. And now, we see some pings happening here and there. The Infernal Dragon that's about to spawn in about 40 seconds is going to be the name of the game here. And this time, I wouldn't be surprised to see Team Rocket get an advantage. We do see some lethality being built by the Xinjiao, the Serrated Dirk, so that's going to give him a lot more extra early game damage when no armor has been built yet.
True. So we do see that Team Rocket does have position on the Dragon currently. They do have the rivers all warded up and everything, so it'll be interesting to see how Team Joe Mama responds to the river control that Team Rocket has.
Yeah, something I also kind of want to keep our eyes out here is teleport advantage so far for Team Joe Mama. Nelio still has his teleport. Hercules will get that teleport soon, but won't have it up just yet. We'll have to keep our eyes on here. There it is. Malphite now has a teleport available, but not sure if he's going to be able to use it. Right now, we look at the wards that are all over the map here near the dragon, and it is favoring Team Rocket quite a little bit. You do have that flank ward behind the dragon, so really keep your eyes out for that. But so far, it looks like dragon positioning will be started. And then awesome, a little
coming
trouble.
in.
It's a teleport.
Oh, Nayoshi kiting Keyline.
Teleport coming into 4v5 so far.
Jinx.
Mundo still top lane so far, but Keyline now.
Keyline.
Oh man, ultimate.
Mundo ultimate, and the jump in from Busty Bustos.
Wow.
And the flash coming out from Trillian. We do see a flash coming out from Nayoshi to try to secure the kill, but unfortunately, Meta Awesome with the stun, and Nayoshi, or TYKP.
Great
with the
job. Great job there from Hercules. Getting that 3-man ultimate near the dragon was quite impressive and took down all the main carries. Keyline, Waka Waka, and Trillian. They just couldn't do a thing there. And unfortunately, I was talking about the teleport advantage that Nelio had, but he opted to take those top turret plates instead, opted to get more advantage for himself. So I was really hoping to see the rest of Joe Mama kind of back off after getting being a man down, but unfortunately they weren't able to get away in time, and now Busty Bustos a little bit aggressive there.
Getting caught out.
And I don't know if he wanted to take that red, but he tried his best. He doesn't get it. A for effort, though.
A for effort.
What else can we say there?
Plating will soon fall.
So
we.
There's it's 14 minutes right now. 14 kills on the board here. So we've been seeing one takedown per minute here, Noah. It's been quite an exciting game so far, and I don't think the excitement's gonna stop.
Yeah, me neither. The game's still young, 13 minutes in.
Yep.
And we do have a late game team comp, so they are going to try to prolong this game to see what they can do. We do see the jump in from Echo, but the rocket jump away from the Tristana just in time.
Little bit of risk there. You gotta keep in mind now the Echo has his ultimate, so that's a lot of safety he gets whenever he's going in for those trades because of his Chrono Shift, right? If it goes wrong, all he has to do is press that R button, he's healed back up, basically to nearly full health, and turret dives should be a pretty easy breeze because that is going to allow him to de-aggro from those turrets. So really something to really watch out here. Tristana as an ADC doesn't really have a lot of tools to combat those assassins now.
We do see the invade. Graves does get the smite off on the blue and gets the flash to safety. We see Echo coming in along with the Mundo.
2v3.
with the flash away from the Malphite.
Oh, this Graves though still chasing.
Graves. Oh, the Malphite! Oh, the turn and burn! Beautiful turn and burn from Team Rocket, securing the kill. But the Echo ultimate is huge.
Man, Waka
Neo
getting
with the
in a lot of
kill
damage.
secure.
Wow, that was pretty unfortunate there. I kind of saw what the side of Team Rocket was going for. They really wanted to get that invade, but unfortunately, you gotta keep in mind who wasn't there at that dragon fight earlier, like at around 11 minutes. Nelio. Nelio was farming in the top side the whole time, and right now he's gonna be above in L levels. He was there, showed up, was able to help his team out, and he gets the first turret as a result as well. So that's gonna be a lot of gold for this Mundo, and that does mean, Noah, that the Nelio Mundo here, it's going to be hard to take him down. He's going to have a lot of stats. He's going to be super tanky. He's going to be that front line we really needed here from Team Joe Mama.
Exactly. And can I just say that I love the Mundo attack animation on towers when he's just smacking his face onto the tower.
He really wants those turrets to be taken down, because at the end of the day, what do you need to win? You need to take down those turrets, you need to take down those inhibitors, and you need to take down those nexus. That's how you get that dub here in this best of 3 here. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, some great trades here now and then, but something you have to keep in mind, you know, we're starting to see the Jinx get into kind of a situation where she does have a lot of gold herself. Right, we're talking about the top lane lead for Nilio against Hercules, but also in the bottom lead, Nayoshi and Meta also doing a great job.
We do see Waka here again.
Oh no, Brusty Bristos, he's ignited. He's probably going to get taken down.
With the ult, do you see a teleport coming in from Nilio? That teleport advantage huge as Keyline takes out Tykip and gets the Rift Herald for Team Joe Mama there.
Really, really risky top lane play there. Again, we want to avoid the top lane if you're Team Rocket. Why? Because Nelio is there. He is the tankiest member in the game so far. And he's going to provide so much pressure and damage just because you can't really take him out. Waka as well, you know, the more times you fight around him, he's going to get more and more kills just because of how good he is at bursting people down. However, on the bot side, Nayoshi and Meta also, they were able to get a turret for themselves. Now Waka going to go in.
We do see that stun on Jinx. And the heal comes out, the chrono shift comes out, and we do see them leave Jinx alone. With Busty Bustos coming in to try to make something happen, but he gets chunked down and has to retreat.
Yeah, Nayoshi.
Can I just say that Team Joe Mama is doing a very good job at tracking where Busty Bustos is. Every time we see Busty Bustos try to make a play, Joe Mama's always there.
Speaking of which,
and like I said,
oh man,
they're always tracking him. It's like they know where he is at all times.
That time, I think Busty Bustos was a little bit too aggressive there. Trying to go in 1v3 isn't really quite strong himself, unfortunately, but now this dragon is going to get spawned, should be getting taken down by Team Joe Mama. No jungler to really interfere, so this should be kind of free for them. However, Hercules does have the ultimate.
Nelio zoning out.
It's taking a lot of damage.
That damage is huge on the Zillion.
No skill here.
Oh, and the ult. Unfortunately, you can't flash away from the Caitlyn ult. Meta awesome. Good try. A for effort. And Hercules being slayed.
It looked like the side of Team Rocket really wanted to contest that dragon, but unfortunately, you know, Hercules only getting an ultimate on one person. Did split up Nayoshi and Meta awesome. Kind of up into two different parties, and you can't really leave the Jinx alone. She does need that peel. She needs that front line. Unfortunately, Hercules losing that 1v1 against Keyline does also mean, as a negative effect, Nayoshi also gets taken down because he's kind of left alone. No Chrono Shift was available for Zillion. Gotta remember, it was used right before the fight. So, not a lot of ways for safety here for Team Rocket. And wow, Team Joe Mama, they are up quite a lot of gold. They are going to be sitting on a 5k gold lead so far, now about 6k. And they have 2 dragons under their name. Noah, it's going to be looking really hard. And this game is only going to get easier here for Joe Mama because, again, they are a late game scaling team.
I agree. Yeah, it's Busty Bustos has just been very aggressive in the early game, trying to make plays happen for his team, but unfortunately, Team Joe Mama has been ready for it every time.
Yep. And now, as the game does continue, Noah, we have to really wonder, how does Team Rocket come back? And I think the simplest answer is right in front of us. You know, we have to see this Jinx get an amazing team fight, right? Now, you're playing the game, protect this Jinx. You want to make sure she's able to kind of free hit everyone. You want to get her those Runon's Hurricanes, right? So she can get that AoE damage going in. You want to build tanky, a little bit tanky, so Busty Bustos, maybe, you know, he is quite behind, unfortunately. When you're behind with an early game champion, you know, the natural response is that you kind of have to play tank now. You kind of have to play point defense, you know, and I really want to see the Zinjao maybe consider getting a Strax Gauge, maybe considering getting a Thornmail, finding ways to protect Nayoshi, because that's where all the gold is right now for the side of Team Rocket.
Exactly, and I kind of want to see Busty Bustos kind of take a backseat to the engage, maybe let Hercules do most of the engaging,
yeah,
and then when Team Joe Mama engages onto Jinx, then Busty Bustos can then engage on whoever is attacking the Jinx and peel for her.
Yep, I agree wholeheartedly, Noah. Now, 20 minutes in, Baron is now up, and that is the new objective on the map.
We do see Busty Bustos again.
Great rock jump.
In. Oh,
ooh, but there's a turnaround there. The rest of the team was there to back up Keylime after an invade. You know, the Karma, again, we talked about it early in Champ Select, does provide a lot of protection, but now Yoshi maybe caught out here. Oh, burst it down. You hate to see it.
Dang, those beach balls must hurt.
Oh, yeah. You know, those water balloons do quack like a punch. Water balloons, beach balls, volleyballs, all the summer fun here. Keyline has it all, and unfortunately, Nayoshi took a volleyball to the face. I don't really know what else to really say. Probably concussed or maybe knocked out for a little bit. That's just what happens when you're, you know, partying too hard in the summer. Then, unfortunately, Nayoshi was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Just got a whole load of damage just dealt to her. You gotta keep in mind, Keylime has kind of been the silent carry of this game. Hasn't really been doing anything too mechanically crazy. But again, with Graves, you're just farming and farming and farming, and eventually, all that gold is just gonna get converted into value through the sort, you know, different damage sources. And again, a fight starting up in top.
Oh, the Zinjao coming out. Oh, the Malphite gets nobody.
There's the Chrono Shift though. Jinx is reviving. And still, it is going to be a 5v5 so far. This tower, though, is going to get really low, so you have to be really careful. I think the rest of Team Rocket, they just back off here. You missed the unstoppable force on the Malphite. That's your main form of engage, and when you lose that, you got to call it quits. You don't want to keep going there, because what else do you have to set up for that team fight? You don't really have a lot, so that was a really great response from Team Joe Mama. They get the top turret, they get to recall, they get to buy a lot of their items here. And you got to feel really good about that fight if you're on the side of Team Jojo Mama.
Yeah, but also another way to look at it is Team Rocket didn't lose anyone in that fight.
Yep.
So, I mean, even though they're still down, they're not falling even further and further ahead.
Right. I think I couldn't have said it better myself there. You are exactly right. Again, you don't want anyone being taken down because they're all healthy, they're all up. They could contest for this third dragon, but it might be kind of tough. Unfortunately, the rest of Team Yo Mama were there first, and they are going to go ahead and take this one basically for free. I don't think anyone from Team Rocket really wants to give that. Oh, Jinx Rocket! Not going to be enough damage to steal, but was very close. About 200 HP left.
A for effort.
Yep, A for effort. That's what we love to see, Noah. And, you know, at the same time, that mid turret was almost taken down while that dragon was being taken by Joe Mama's Team Rocket. They're not just letting Team Rocket get whatever they want. Really scary there.
The teleport coming out.
Yeah, gotta protect the Jinx there. Again, she's your main carry. Really risky there for Waka Waka, but he is gonna get out of there thanks to his ultimate.
So we just see everybody just trying to farm up. We see Team Rocket trying to catch up and farm. And trying to catch up on gold to try to see if they can turn this game around.
Yeah.
They are at a 6,000 gold deficit, so it is going to be a tall mountain to climb, but anything can happen in these games.
Anything can happen indeed. I agree wholeheartedly, Noah, but we have to keep in mind, what advantages do Team Joe Mama have? They have so much movement speed, right? They have double Cloud Drakes. That's going to give them a lot of ultimate cooldown. But you have to keep in mind, double Gale Force, that does give a lot of movement speed and utility. We see the Hextech Rocket Belt. That gives you that extra dash and movement speed as well. And not to mention the Shirelia's on the Karma. So if you are caught out on the side of Team Rocket, there's so much movement speed on the side of Team Jomama to catch you out. But look at this.
Oh, he gets the ult on the Graves.
That's
Graves
one kill
will
so far.
fall.
That's down.
Oh, you see a very aggressive flash from Busty Bustos to try to get this Mundo kill.
He does have a lot of healing. There's the flash. He does use the blast cone to go up over the wall. Still trying to get away.
So many slows coming out from Team Rocket.
Again, Team Rocket struggling to take down the Mundo, but they do get two very fit people. Waka Waka maybe a little bit caught up, but does have the ultimate. It's a 1v4. I don't know if you want this fight. He's going to go in. He's forced to take down.
The Zonia's.
Gonna save him for a little bit longer, but I think it's going to delay the interval.
I thought that damage was going to kill Busty Bustos for a second, but he manages to survive.
Yeah. And now look at this, Noah. Team Rocket going to be looking for this Baron to 5v2. I don't think Trillian and Big Boy Ho wants to do anything about this, so this Baron is just going to go on over to the side of Team Rocket, and they are still in this game.
Exactly. This is one of the ways to get back into a game you are behind at, is to try to dance near the Baron and try your luck.
Yep. And, you know, how did that all unfold? We saw Team Jomama, they were looking to get those towers damage, or the tower damage themselves, but I think a really amazing job there by the Tristan to really set up that fight, being able to use that explosive shot to kind of chunk down a lot of the main carries on the side of Team Jomama. And as soon as you're all behind, you kind of have to back off. Unfortunately, they all kind of did get run down. Hercules with a great ultimate to kind of really set up to get the kill onto the key line. And also to mention, Melio took a lot to really take him down, but he was taken down to end. And that's a lot of shutdown going on over to Team Rocket. You talked about it earlier. 6k gold deficit earlier, but now it's only a 3k gold deficit. Keyline, though, flashing in, won't be able to find anything.
Yeah, and with that Baron, Team Rocket has cut down the gold difference from 6k down to 3k. So they're still definitely in this game. They just have to keep on playing, making those smart plays that they made, and hopefully they catch out Team Jomama when they overextend, just like that last fight.
Baron Buff is going to do a great job to give Hercules a lot of side lane pressure. You see in the top lane, he's about to get that tier 1 turret from himself because of those Baron empowered minions, allowing him to do some extra damage to those objectives. We also see Xin Zhao looking to kind of back him up here, but there isn't really anything in the top lane. I'm not really too sure if he knows that so far, but so far this top turret is looking like another lot of trouble. There's a big minion wave onto this tower. It's going to go down. That's 2 turrets, and now this gold lead down to 1k. Went from 6k to 3k, now 1k, Noah. That's quite impressive in itself, but they might be getting flanked.
We might be seeing a fight here with Waka Waka coming out, but the unstoppable force huge as they take out Waka Waka.
1-for-1 trade so far. Hercules is still quite ticky himself. It is going to take a lot to bring down this Malphite, but now he's looking to turn around a keyline. Won't be able to take him down, but looking like he's able to get away.
Malphite just walks out. But we do see Caitlyn or Karma, the slow coming out.
Would be enough to take him down. He is quite low, but again, he is quite tanky.
And he goes down.
Malphite take it down, but what cost? Dragon will go on over to the side of Team Rocket, denying that Dragon Soul. You get 4 dragons to unlock a very powerful buff for your team, but that gets delayed on Team Jomama by a little bit longer. Now they have to wait at least 5 more minutes to be able to contest with that dragon again. So it's not really truly the end of the world for Team Rocket. Not an ideal trade, but again, it doesn't really cost them the game.
Exactly. So if I'm Team Rocket here, I'm just gonna turtle in base, ward up my jungle to keep track of where everyone from Team Jomama is, and try to contest that dragon coming up in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, and again, you know, you gotta wait for those 5 minutes, and that's more time for Jomama to keep scaling up. Again, we talked about it in that champ select. This is a team that's looking to get a lot of gold into the carries and be able to carry in the late game. And You know, once that Infinity Edge gets finished by this Graves, he's going to be really hard to take down. But look at this mid tower now. Getting taken down by Team Rocket. They're not giving up without a fight. They are so proactive on the map.
Yeah, I'm really liking their Team Rocket's rotations here this late game, or this mid game. They are getting the objectives a lot better than Team Joe Mama is.
Yeah, and you know, they get to benefit a lot from it. But look at this. Key Lime now looks like he's caught someone out. But won't be able to get high kip. Something else I kind of do want to talk about as well. What is one of the best ways to counter Mundo? It's that healing reduction. We see the Zillion now building that Chemtech Putrefier. So that's going to be allow him to apply some healing reduction onto the Mundo. So he isn't really going to be that tanky now. Now that his healing could be potentially cut if that Zillion is nearby. Not to mention the Bramble Vest on the Malphite as well. So slowly but surely, those items are being built to counter the Mundo. But still, he is quite strong and quite hard to take down.
Exactly. We do see bot lane converging onto Waka Waka here at the bot side of the map.
Ooh, mid lane? Yelio looking to land a Q. Yeah. Too much smooth moves there from Musty Busto as he's able to kind of just dodge those Qs and not get to get down there. But again, there's the side lane pressure. We see it from the top side. Taikip, he is looking to get those towers by himself, but in the meantime, mid lane, we see Team Joe Mama looking to really force this tower to go down. It's a 5v4 so far. Tristana, again, is not going to be here for this fight.
You do see the siege coming out from Team Joe Mama. The Malphite ult coming in huge once again as Keyline falls. And I think Mundo, will it be enough? Will the whole team damage
take it
be
down
enough?
Eventually. He's gonna go down eventually, Noah. Eventually.
Oh my gosh, that took forever.
Very nicely done there from Team Rocket. They're looking to end it through mid, but also on Taikip at the top. Say was able to kind of get this turret for himself. It's in a 1v2 so far. Julian does get exhausted here. 1v2, is it real? Yes, it is.
Double kill!
Really nice job.
Unfortunately, he does not survive, but great double kill coming out from Tristana. That was definitely worth.
Yep, and now that is probably going to be the game here.
Coming back from the depths of a 6,000 gold lead, knocking on the base of Team Joe Mama. Will they have enough? Will they have enough? Jinx!
No, they won't.
Unfortunately, falls after the Chrono Shift expires.
But it's still 2 inhibitors, right? That is still a lot of objectives taken from the side of Team Rocket. And they're not really going to lose too much. They are going to be, I think, up in to contest this dragon. But again, that's 2 inhibitors down. You really have to wonder for Joe Mama, are they going to have to be prone to backdoors? Hercules does have to teleport, so you really have to watch out for your flanks there. On the meanwhile, I think Team Joe Mama is looking to get this Baron.
Yeah, this is a great Baron contest from Team Joe Mama. We do see most of the players on Team Rocket back to reset, but they won't make it in time for Baron.
Yeah, it's just going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Waka Waka looking a little bit low, but that is still going to be Baron taken by the side of Team Rocket. However, Team Rocket will deny that soul point one more time with Dragon spawning right now, and they're going to go ahead and take it for themselves. So it's a Dragon for Baron trade. It's not the worst trade in the world, but that does delay the game a little bit longer because Team Rocket, I don't think they really want to fight against a fully Baron empowered team on the side of Team Joe Mama.
Exactly. But Team Joe Mama does have super minions in their base that they have to deal with, so that does kind of hinder their Baron push, only for a little bit.
Hinders their Baron push, but gives them a lot of gold at the end of the game. You know, it's your classic tower defense, right? What do you get for protecting your base? You get that gold, you get that experience, you get tools to be able to catch up with the enemy team, and that does mean this gold again. It's in the favor for Joe Mama, but again, Rocket, time and time again, they're looking to catch up, and it's mostly behind their playmaking abilities. It's quite impressive for this game right now.
Exactly. This is a very, very close game. Team Rocket did come back from what seemed like a very huge mountain to climb.
Right.
And they're here at the summit contesting this game.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see this potential last team fight really come out. And again, now we're looking at Graves at full power, right? He does have those 3 crit items for himself, does have the Infinity Edge, also has that Guardian's Angel, so he's going to be getting that second chance if he gets taken down early. Unfortunately, Caitlyn will not have the Infinity Edge over the Nayoshi on that Jinx, so what I'm really looking out here is that if this Graves is able to put out the damage, he's most likely going to be able to win this fight for Team Momma. But if Team Rocket get the jump onto the Graves, they should be able to wipe the floor with their Jinx, who has a lot of gold, has the core items, and is looking to do a lot of damage.
Exactly. And we do see the tankiness coming out from Neilio, but we have seen in the previous fights that Neilio sometimes gets caught out or sometimes finds himself alone.
Right.
By himself, he does little to no damage. So I kind of want to see Neilio kind of grouping up with the team a little bit more in these fights.
Right, something I'm really looking out for as well is, we need Neilio to be really soaking up a lot of the pressure during the fights. He needs to be that frontline tank again, so that his team's able to kind of play around him. So I really want to see Neilio maybe act as bait, right? He does take a lot to it does take a lot to really take him down, but at the same time, if he does attract a lot of attention, that's a lot of damage not going towards the rest of the Team Momma, and that does account for their safety and may allow them to really get back into this game. But again, so we'll have to see when this fight happens. I think both teams are kind of just waiting for this last dragon to spawn before they really fight for anything, because if Team Momma try to fight right now, they could potentially lose the game, but the same goes for Team Rocket. Whoever loses the next fight will most likely lose the game because of how late this game is going due to the death timers.
I agree. Yeah, definitely both teams have to be on their A game in this next team fight, because this next team fight decides who wins game 1.
Yep. Again, this is a game 1 of the best of 3. I remember in the LAS. Both these teams are playing for an amazing cause, but at the same time, both these teams don't want to go home in second place. They want to take, they want to take every win they can get in this round robin, and so far, we're on a nice edge here. Again, we're on a little bit of a low state, but it's for a good reason. Dragon will spawn about 1:20, so that will be the next objective for both these teams here, and I'm predicting, I'm rooting for Team Rocket here. I want them to get this comeback going. I want them to really come out with the win here, but at the same time, again, we have to remind our viewers here at home, or you may be, late game scaling here for the side of Team Momma. If this Echo gets a really good, flank engage onto one of the carries on the side of Team Rocket, could spell disaster.
Exactly. And we do see the control coming out from Team Rocket, warding up that dragon pit. You see some wards coming out. The flash away from Nayoshi. That's going to be huge. Heal.
Yeah, again, that's both the safety tools from the Jinx taken out right before dragon spawns in 30 seconds. So if I am Hercules right now, I'm looking to push his top tower as much as I can. But there's a teleport
coming in. This could be a huge Malphite ult.
Wants to go in, but his rest of the team's not there just yet. 20 seconds of the dragon spawns. We really have to see if Keyline is going to be able to pick. But he is all by himself. Is able to get away. 10 seconds for dragon spawn. And it doesn't look like Team Momma are in position to really contest this right now. The first one's on it is going to be Team Rocket. Noah, it's going to be neck and neck. This could decide the whole entire game.
They need to pull this dragon out if they want to contest it.
Right. Keyline, gonna be the first one to start the dragon. I don't think the rest of the team knows so far. Dragon's gonna take really, really low. Where is the Zinj now? Skill goes on over to Yoshi. Fight's gonna continue. Waka Waka not gonna be a lot of trouble. He is gonna be able to get that ult down. Will get taken down to 45.
Ooh, yeah, Nayoshi coming up huge in that team fight. First stealing the dragon and then taking out Waka Waka there. And we see Team Rocket try to push the bot side. Try to get those towers down.
Barrett's up in 10 seconds, though. I would totally go for this if you are on the side of Team Rocket. It's a 4v5. You could theoretically win that fight, but they're just going to go for the safety objectives. They're going to be looking to push into the base of Team Joe Momma here, looking to take down inhibitors and whatnot, and potentially walk away with the game. They do have Dragon Soul, so that does empower the ultimates, giving you that extra move speed whenever they use it.
Then Zhao backdooring the inhibitor.
Yeah, that's going to put
Team
that's
Joe
going to pressure the
Momma.
side of Joe Momma.
Oh,
Inhibitor goes down. Buster Bristle's going to be all by himself. He's going to be looking for the soul kill.
flash.
Kalen, though, is going to get taken out. That's 2 for 1.
2 for
This
1.
is-
Helio.
Looking at Yoshi.
With the
Waka Waka.
Zonias.
Gonna be looking for the Zonias here now.
And
Yoshi
oh.
looking to 1v2. Look at Key Lime able to take down a Yoshi.
Oh,
2v3, however, Tristana is still up. This is for the game.
oh, Tristana, help your team.
Oh, man.
Tristana, you were full health. You could have at least went to kill the Graves.
It was a close fight. It was a close fight, Noah.
It
But
was.
unfortunately, I think a little bit of nerves kind of happened. Got a really messy fight, but a great call again from Team Rocket. They looked to get the inhibitors again. They were looking to pressure the base here, but now we're again in the low state as both teams kind of spawn up. Baron is on the board now. Dragon Soul advantage going on over to Team Rocket, but they have to wait for the whole entire team before they could contest this Drake, or this Baron, sorry. While the rest of Joe Momma, they should be up first. They might be looking to take this Drake, but they will not be able to make it in time for the Rift Sculler.
And we do see that Elder Dragon coming up in a couple of minutes, so that will also be huge if it gets to that point.
Yep, this is a neck and neck game. And now, an awesome by himself. He's going to be looking for the ward. Look at the base of Team Rocket. 2 super minion waves currently pushing into the base. Nobody has teleport, so they can't really pressure the back door. But on the other hand, it's going to force Nelia to kind of defend the base. So far, it's a 4v5. Tristana out there to fight. Yes, yet though. Meta Awesome looking to get this. Ward will be able to get on out. And the rest of Team Joe Momma playing it safe again. It's another 5v5, and this could decide who, this could decide who gets the double or not. But Dragon or Baron is going to start up here. Probably going to go on over to the side of Team Rocket. 2v5 though. Keelan got to be careful. Oh, doesn't get the steal. He's going to get taken down. GA is going to get popped. This is looking really bad now for Team Joe Momma. They didn't contest the Baron because their base was in danger. And now the rest of Team Joe Momma, they have to defend against this 5-man squad for Team Rocket. They're looking to win this game.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know why Key Lime tried to steal for that Baron. They could have just turtled and just waited everything out. I feel like they have a lot of like wave clear, especially with the Echo and the Caitlyn skills.
I would love to be optimistic here, but this is looking pretty bad here, Noah.
Yeah.
It's a 45. I'm not really too sure if there's anything else
coming in. Bucky Brewster's coming out with the
that's gonna be
kills.
game.
And it's GG Team Rocket.
They take game number 1 here, and Team Joe Momma, they had a strong early game, but unfortunately, Team Rocket's perseverance, willpower, and friendship, I think that's the most important one here,
Exactly.
was able to kind of prevail.
Yeah. Yeah, also props to Team Rocket. They were down a huge amount of gold in that game, and they clawed. They didn't lose any hope. They believed in themselves and each other, and now they're the winners of Game 1.
Yeah, what an action-packed game there. That was really close. Would you say that these two teams are pretty much evenly matched? I mean, my question would be, how often do you have 40-plus minute games like these in League of Legends?
It really depends. So a lot of my field work right now, I've been watching, the other competitive regions kind of play, the LCS, LPL, and, LJ and whatnot. And we get a lot of close games quite often, but this was definitely a nail biter. Definitely a nail biter. Both teams had a win condition. Both teams fought tooth and nail, but, at the end of the day, we saw me and Noah here first and everyone else at home. Team Rocket, they were the ones that prevailed.
Yeah, somebody has to win, right?
I gotta ask the opposite. What is the shortest game we can expect for League?
Oh. Shortest game. That's gonna take like a 20-minute snowball if like one team gets like a pentakill or like level 1, you know?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
saw that in
That'd be
our
crazy.
exhibition game. On our initial broadcast, the second game was a 23-minute game. So I think that's one of the shorter ends of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, if you were watching last night, not to brag or anything, but my team, SFC Telecom T1, did come out with a 21-minute victory in Game 2 versus Charlie and the Pentacle
There's a
Factory. Shout
record
out
right
to you
there.
guys.
So I
You
guess
guys are awesome.
it's a snowball effect, right? So once you get rolling, it just snowballs.
Yeah, you're
from
warmed
there.
up.
Yeah.
You're ready
you
to
know-
go.
Yeah, with that really long game, let's take a quick break. Gives players and gives ourselves a chance to run to the bathroom, get a drink real quick, and we'll be back in about 3 to 4 minutes. So stay tuned. Just leave your devices on. You don't need to turn it off, so we can maintain our viewership numbers, and we'll be right back.
And this was yet again a good engagement from Time.
Aren't ready yet, and Innovation's going to get on top of a lot of the ones that are already morphing, so they might not even get a chance to roll on in. They are going to finish up now. The Hellbats will take the initial brunt of the damage. Tanks to support this, and Innovation obviously had a lot of army supply. Leading into this is Marine's topside maybe in some trouble. He pulls them back. The Banshee comes back in as well. And these Banes are just running through toward the Siege Tanks here. Then they pull back into more Siege Tank via Scarlet. Doesn't know what she wants to do. She's indecisive, and that just cost her taking more damage for free, basically. And these Banes are going to connect on nothing. That's GG. That's our series.
Great if they can catch this army on siege, but if they don't, they're going to get absolutely melted and obliterated. Innovation coming in from the top as well with the Cyclone squad, but Maro's just brute forcing his way forward right now, and he's doing it with such finesse as well at the same time. But now, the Cyclones, this PF, massively under threat. Maru, he is not slowing down either. Behind all this, he's taking an extra base. The Liberators on the left side doing a good job. The Bio coming in on the right as well. GG, Maru takes it so convincingly 3-0 here.
Base, he's kind of accepting defeat as there is a mass of Zerglings running through his base. And I feel like we might have ourselves a season finals champion.
I think we do. Raynor should be feeling very confident. He sees so few units. Lings are actually doing some pretty damn good damage. Maru's trying to kind of sneak bases to the bottom left, but now his production might actually be camped. If he can't defend this natural trope, he's not going to be able to do it. Raynor is going to get the 4-3 victory.
Reigning world champion Raynor defends his title as the best in the world as he takes down Maru in a close grand finals. Incredible performance from the 19-year-old kid. Well, my friends, that does it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you like keeping up to date with everything esports. Right now we have these weekly tournament results, recap episodes, but we'll be expanding the PEN in the future to include news. Hello and welcome back to the Storm Esports Network. I'm your host, Chickaman, here to bring you your weekly esports results and highlights from all the major tournaments going on this past week. Today we're going to get started with the huge spread of League of Legends events that are continuously playing throughout the summer, like the League Championship Series, where 100 Thieves and TSM have secured top 8 spots. There are still 4 weeks left to play.
Okay, this is CLG's last-ditch defense. They yeet Smoothie in there, but now he is just automatically dead. The health bars are going to pop before I can even say the words. CLG's walking back to the base. Broxa falls over to Stixay. They will not find a single kill, and CLG falls to the Golden Guardians as they get the Bud Light ace to end the game.
The 100 Thieves Academy team is also doing quite well, sitting on top of the LCS Academy leaderboard.
He's able to flash back in, but now the Requiem coming down, looking to get a lot of damage. Boom goes the dynamite! And with Kumo diving into the back line, this game is all but over. They're able to tie it up one apiece, denying Immortals the ability to be able to tie up TSM in week 5 and making sure they can remain on top of the standings, right behind, right on the heel of 100 Thieves.
In the European Championship, both Rogue and Misfits Gaming are tied for first place.
Exhaust. Oh, Duke with the double. Line him up, baby. That's the distortion. Marcoon running forward. He's going to find the stun onto Caps. Patrick on the backside. Perfect guns to keep this fight going.
30 seconds on these members of G2. Huge wave stacked up. 5 members of XL with Baron buffs. I think they're just going to end the game.
They're walking down. They're not going to get baited. They will not get pulled around the map. XL, they are here. They turn. They get it. They make this game their own. In their first matchup, Marcoon and Advian take down G2 Esports.
In China's League Pro League, it's Edward Gaming and LNG Esports with the tied records.
Dragon, Soul given over to a Mundo who goes golden, and so does Yagao. The Tomb laid bare, the Face Breaker not even there, and Zoom now ready to run him down. Loom out on the side as well. Look at Hacker trying to bring it back, but it's all too late. Loken on the chase, SMLZ getting hit by music, man. Put that right into your ears. As Hacker, he's so not long for the world if they can catch up. Kanavi does, Sonic Wave, TP time, and Yagao will help assist for the final kill of the fight.
Gen G Esports is sitting on top of the LCK at the moment.
Is Hoya, has to flash immediately as Doran just does so much damage, and KT, damn, their wallets are so extraordinarily heavy. As Lava gets a 4-man shockwave, and guess how much it means? Nothing at all, as now he's gonna have to walk away as best he can.
In honor of GDQ starting up, we're going to speed run the smaller regions that are playing this week as well. Flamengo Esports is dominating the Campeonato Brasileiro with a 9-1 score. In the Turkish Champions League, there is an undefeated team on top. Galatasaray Esports is 8-0. The LCK Challengers has Damwon Gaming and Genji Esports with tied 6-2 records. Speaking of tied, Rascal Jester and V3 Esports are tied in the League Japan League. And we'll close out with the Latin America League, which is only 3 weeks in and has Infinity Gaming in first place. I really love these kinds of long regional tournaments. It always gives you fresh content to watch. And there's plenty more weeks of this action to come from League of Legends. But let's switch on over to Dota now, where a couple more regions finished up their qualifiers for the International this week.
They're just hiding away from Envy. He's not doing anything in this fight. As they try and get the chase down, they get Roya done. 0 second round of Doom, didn't get Enrage off. Literally no spells were cast by the carrier of the mid. Jube is gonna die now, but they burn through the Aegis, and everybody else needs to just back the hell out of there. Double buybacks. Esk. Will he end up falling? Has the jump up to the high ground, the jaunt away, tries to go. Good call. Great play from King Ao.
Phoenix. Strike. Strike. I'm sorry. Caught. He's throwing out the egg. Ooh, he gets out in time on a sliver of health. Pelosi gets caught in the torrent as well. He can't move. He's just bouncing up and down like a ping pong ball. Palos is just trapped. Gets away from the sunray, but there's a Hex there waiting for him. He is just burning. He goes down. Meanwhile, on the back lines, it's Makoto and Dreamcell cleaning up the Razor as well as Nyx Assassin.
In North America, Undying didn't drop a single map in the playoffs, and they won the finals 3-0 over 4 Zoomers.
All right, guys, we're back. I'm here with the team.
Welcome back, everyone. Again, for those just tuning in tonight, this is LAS, short for League Angkop Series. League standing for League of Legends. So we have our tournament for League of Legends. And this is a fundraiser for Angkop. So we're raising funds. The funds are generated through viewership. So it's very important for us to get the numbers and the viewership. So thank you for all of those who are tuned in right now. All 72 of you. Just great to see everybody there. Again, this is a weekly tournament, actually twice a week, every Monday and Tuesday nights, so 7 p.m. So mark your calendars. You're eating your dinner, just tune in, just leave it there. You can listen to our great casters like Barely Noah here and XD, doing an awesome job here. For being here as well. So thank you for tuning in. And I think we are almost ready for our game 2. Casters, what did you guys think about the game 1? Are we any adjustments that the teams have to make for this game 2?
Whenever you're having a tough game, whenever you have a nail biter, it's really important to make sure you take kind of a little bit of a reset, right? Walk around a little bit, get some water, take some deep breaths, because that was a close game. You got to remember, right? Both teams really, really close. It could have went either way. If we're talking about in-game, one of the things I really would have wanted to see change, I need to see some crowd control for the side of Joe Momma, right? They didn't really have a lot of ways to set up a fight, while the other team, Team Rocket, they had the Xin Zhao knockup, they had the Malphite ultimate, right? They have so many ways to catch Team Joe Momma off guard. I want to see Joe Momma kind of like bring out those picks themselves. So, hopefully after a nice long break, they can get their mental reset, try again, and hopefully they have a little bit more tools to work with for them to kind of come out on top. That's something I would want to see at least.
So for me, I would want to see, Team Joe Momma focus a little bit more on objectives after the laning phase, because we did see them come out with a huge gold lead out of laning phase, but a gold lead is just as good as what you do with it. So I would like to see them try to take advantage of the gold lead that they have in the early, and then close out the game.
And it looks like our game has started. The picks and bans have begun here, so we'll throw it back at you, casters. Take it away.
Thank you so much. And, Noah, game one, man, that was so close between Team Rocket and Team Joe Momma. I'm so excited to see this game number 2 here today. And one of the things I'm already kind of looking at here is now that we're on blue side for Team Joe Momma, Team Rocket, sorry, they get first pick. They can get something that they may have not been able to get last game. The Mundo is up and available. I do remember you talking me through this. It's something that, correct me if I'm wrong, Team Rocket do want themselves as well.
Exactly. And we do see that Swain ban targeting Neilio. Like I said, that is his main champion. He's very scary on it. And we do see also a Lux ban that's targeting the new person that Team Joe Momma put on their team, 2 noobs, 1 cup. There in the mid lane, he does play that Lux. It's a very good Lux. So that is targeted towards him.
Oh man, the 2 noobs name, that's interesting. Anyways, Malphite is gonna get banned away. Again, Hercules did a great job on the Malphite pick last game, so that being taken away is pretty, a pretty good response here. But now we're looking at the pick bans. First pick is available. Xin Zhao is available. Busty Bustos wants to really get them for himself. But I really want to kind of put away from that. There's the Dr. Mundo we were talking about last game. It's going to go on over to the side of Team Rocket this time.
Yep, and that is Busty Bustos' main champion, so we'll see how he does on that. Plus, it's a lot tankier than the Xin Zhao that he played last game. So hopefully those ballsy engages that we saw from him kind of get offset by Mundo's tankiness.
See, the weird thing about Mundo is that he's not really more of an engager. He's more of someone you want people to play into the Mundo, because he doesn't have a dash. He doesn't really have a lot of ways to kind of like DC you or not. We do see the Kled and the Kane locked in here. I think the Kled is a dangerous pick when you're playing against the Mundo, because when you are like in melee range of the Mundo, he is going to be able to do a lot of burst damage, but the healing reduction from the Kled is going to be quite nice. Renekton's going to get locked in. That's going to be played into the Kled. Mundo will be going into the jungle. However, again, we see a farming jungler not going to be piloted this time. It's not going to be piloted by the same person. It's going to be Waka Waka on this Kane this time. And again, what most farming junglers really want to do is that they want to be able to kind of just sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and get those items so that they're able to kind of overtake their opponents. Diana also going to get locked in here as well. A lot of wombo combo so far, but no AD carries, no support so far. That's what I'm expecting to be the next bans.
And I just want to highlight Tykip's Rumble. I have been scouting him a lot, and this guy is a mean Rumble. His equalizers are always on point, and they're always game-changing in the team fights. So we'll see what he has for this game and his Rumble.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see as well. Rumble Ultimates are always one of the most fun parts of the league to me. Big, game-changing ultimates, being able to kind of turn the tides of a fight here. we see that as well from, Team Joe Mama. 2 noobs going to be locking in that Diana. And as well as, nearly on Declad. So there's a lot of ways to kind of hit that go button. Let's go win. Let's fight, fight, fight. However, we see the bans right now, a lot of defensive bans. We see the Morgana ban. We see the Zillion and Lulu ban. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Karma ban, but it will be left up. And that would be a great addition to the Team Joe Mama composition, giving them a lot of innate tankiness thanks to that shield. But something I do kind of want to see from Team Rocket is them to double down on disengage, lock in a Thresh, lock in a Nautilus, go in with the All-Star, find a way to, again, replace that Malphite that you're losing this game and be able to kind of have a go button, for a lack of a better word. But Ezreal will be locked into this very safe bot lane in here. Let's see what Team Rocket responds with.
Do see the Tristana coming out for Nayoshi. He has been playing that a lot recently, so it's good that he's on a comfortable champion. But Yasuo, they were just trying to play with our heartstrings for the Yasuo bot lane. Unfortunately, we will not be seeing Yasuo bot lane this game.
And no Yasuo bottom lane, but the Tristana bot lane, I am not complaining about. It is still, again, a very strong bot lane. We saw what Taika was able to do this time. Now Yoshi now going to be on the Tristana. We'll have to see. But I really want to see, something aggressive. Give me something that is not a Janna. The Thresh!
The
yes!
Thresh!
Let's see it from Meta Awesome.
Great pick.
Yeah, great pick indeed. The death sentence from the Q is a great way to kind of catch people off. You have a lot of safety. He's a jack of all trades, right? He could start fights. He could save you from fights. He's able to zone. He's able to kind of steal stuff. But Trillion going to be locking in the Senna. So this bottom lane has no crowd control whatsoever. It's all damage on top of damage. You have to be really careful if you're on Team Rocket, right? You play the bot lane wrong, you're going to take so much AD to the face. But again, the biggest weakness, they don't really have a lot of peel. They don't have a lot of ways to kind of get away from their death sentence. So the Trillion or Keyline does takes that Thresh hook, it can be in a lot of trouble.
Exactly. But Ezreal does have that arcane shift to try to mitigate that engage from Nayoshi and Meta Awesome. So we'll see what he decides to do, how he decides to play versus Team Rocket's bot.
Yeah, Team Rocket's bot lane with the Tristana and Thresh is pretty safe, right? You have a lot of ways to kind of push in and whatnot. You also have ways to kind of burst your opponent out. But the biggest thing is that they have the rocket jump and also the lantern to be able to get away if the cane kind of goes in and whatnot. There's a lack of crowd control set up on the bottom lane. So Waka Waka is going to struggle a little bit trying to gank for this bot lane if that's something he decides to do. However, if you're Busty Bustles on this Mundo, the world is your oyster because there's so many ways to kind of set up those ganks for yourself. Renekton is one of the best top laners in the game at setting up ganks because he's able to use a slice and dice into his W to kind of stump your opponent in and out. He can't move. Easy for Dr. Mundo to kind of just walk in and do whatever he wants. On the other side, we also have the slows from the Electro Harpoons, from the Rumble. And we also have the Death Sense, which I've been hyping about from Meta Awesome in the bottom lane. On the other side, it's the farm game. These guys got to wait it out. These guys got to, play correctly against the aggressiveness from Team Rocket. If I have to give someone the edge to this game, it has to be Team Rocket. They have so many more ways to really play how they want to play, while the only realistic engage they have is 2 noobs coming in for this game for Team Joe Mama. However, I'm not going to count 2 noobs out. Diana Ultimate is one of the best ultimates in the game.
Yeah. Kled also has that engage ultimate where he can speed up his whole team and charge. So I kind of want to see Nelio kind of use that ultimate to try to engage in the mid-game and late-game team fights.
Yeah, and as we are winning 1:30 left into the game, one of the matchups I do kind of want to talk about is this mid lane matchup. We don't see Rumble, we don't see Diana off in the mid lane. These 2 junglers have been spending the last few patches, if you've been following the competitive scene, these 2 junglers have been playing in the jungle for the last many patches. Rumble jungle, Diana jungle, they run the meta, and these 2 being in lane is quite interesting because Rumble definitely has started off as a laner and has recently kind of gone on Sim changes that are meant to push him into lane, right? When he becomes overheated, he's able to use, he's able to get the extra on-hit damage when it's, with his auto attacks, while with the Diana as well, changing the E and the ultimate around, and being able to have a more consistent way of engaging. These two mid laners is very feast or famine, right? If one of these mid laners get behind, the Rumble will struggle a lot more than Diana, because Diana will just become an engaged bot, but Rumble, if he becomes behind, he loses a lot of damage.
Exactly. I'm also excited to see how Kane's gonna what impact Kane is gonna have in this game. Just because they are a little bit beefy on Team Rocket, so he probably might have to go Red Kane, because their only tanky person on Team Joe Momma is Nelio on the Kled, because they did opt for that Senna support. So I'm thinking Kane will decide to go Red Kane.
Yeah, I hope so too. I think Red King is absolutely brilliant this game. We'll see as we're loading in what he takes. If it's like Dark Harvest, then he's going Blue King. But if it's something like the Conqueror, which Waka Waka has, it's going to be that Red King for sure. And I think it's a great choice this game. You're basically playing into like 5 melee champions on the side of Team Rocket, or 4 melee champions in Tristana, right? So they are quite short-ranged. You are able to get a ton of value. A lot of damage and value off of it. It's just getting to that Red Kane, which is going to be the issue, which, Waka Waka gets caught on the early game, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. But here we are, loading into game, Noah, and look, have fun. See, I need the game typed in chat. I'm excited for this game of Summoner's Rift.
Yeah. And it looks like Team Rocket will opt for that level 1 invade again.
Ooh, there's still ward, though. And they will get spotted out. So I don't think the rest of... Yep, there's a Q.
There's the Ezreal Q.
Yep, the rest of Joe Mama is going to be looking to get away. So one of the things I'm really interested in is, like, when you go to invade, you want to invade the area that the jungler is most likely going to start, right?
Exactly.
In most scenarios, right, most junglers are starting to bot lane, but for Kane, he is actually
on chickens.
Yeah, he starts on the Raptors, right? It's his best camp. His Qs allows him to get a lot of value off of it. I'm really surprised they opted for the bot lane engage, but at the same time, I'm really surprised that Joe Mama's also played defensively for the bot side engage. So really, it's a win-win either way. Both teams are just going to back off here, and Kane gets to start. He wants to play it safe. He wants to get that full clear going. Go to the Raptors, into the red, to the Krugs, maybe take it early back, maybe get a long start himself, get that whole entire bot lane camp for himself, and then get the scuttle. His bot lane is scanning ahead. But we'll really have to see. The game is underway. The minions are now touching in the mid lane, and Noah, I cannot wait to see how these two teams play this one out. Game number 2.
Yeah, we do see that early poke coming out from Taikip in the bot lane, and a little bit of a skirmish coming out from top and bot lane too. I can already tell this game is going to be just as aggressive as the first one. They're already fighting. It's only 2 minutes in.
I'm really surprised that we're seeing some early top lane traits as well. The thing about playing against Renekton is that Renekton's easily able to kind of out-sustain his lane opponents, but level 1 is actually one of the few areas where he is a little bit weak, right? Because he's not able to get that easy harass with the E, dash in, Q all the minions, and then dash out. So he's going to get that level 2 now. He does get that healing going in, and it's going to be a lot harder for this Kled now to be able to trade into this Renekton now that he has that mobility.
The top lane matchup is also interesting because Kled does have that Skarl passive, so even if he does get low, if he keeps on fighting, he has the opportunity to get that Skarl shield back.
Oh, he's going in again to top lane trade, but he will get knocked out into Skarl. But you got to keep in mind he's a lot weaker without Skarl. Hercules with the first blood. Really nicely done.
Yeah, just as I was mentioning it with the Skarl, that was a great play by Hercules, because as soon as Nelio decided to go up to him and try to get that Skarl mount back, that Skarl shield back, he was stunned with Renekton W and was killed. So great play by Hercules there.
Yeah. Something else I kind of want to know.
Oh, we see a hook on the Thresh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
huge damage coming out of Thresh.
Yeah, meta awesome. Really showing why Thresh is one of the more popular supports right now in the game. Just has so many tools to have a lot of lane pressure and advantage. Something I also kind of do want to know, unfortunately for Waka Waka, he did get counter-struck. He does lose a blue buff, but look at this. That's cool.
Keyline. Do we see a kill? Oh, the heal just coming up and saving him.
Yeah. Woo! Just like last game, a lot of back and forth action. I love to see it.
Yeah, definitely. We do see, even though he is down one kill at the top lane, Neilio still opting for that trade versus the Renekton. Oh, Tyke! Oh, overheating just in time to save Diana.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Another
oh my
hook
god, awesome with the hooks, and we see
kill!
Wow, the bomb exploding, taking out both of the champions in bot lane.
Yeah. This is just basically a masterclass right now coming out from Team Rocket. They are just looking to dominate this early game. Hercules as well. You know, although he might be low HP over in the top lane, he still does have that rage bar, so Neilio does have to be careful. So again, there's so much early game pressure coming out here from the side of Team Rocket, and you know the best part is that Busty Bristos, he could just chill out. You know, he could just keep farming and farming. You know, New Mundo. Before he was reworked, Mundo used to be like one of the best farming junglers in the game. Now that it's not, that's not the reality anymore. Now that he got changed to be favoring lane, but he still is going to be able to do a lot with a lot of farm. Even though he's not getting a lot of ganks in, he still wants to get that gold to get that early Spirit Visage, early Frostfire Gauntlet. You know, any of those early tank items to really start setting him up for success here. And so far, I think Team Rocket's doing a great job this early game to make sure, you know, across the board in the map, they're all going to be really, really strong.
Exactly. And kind of want to keep a close eye on Thresh. He's been hitting all of his death sentences. You know, working on that death paragraph and hopefully to the death storybook by the end of the game. So let's keep an eye on him and see how many hooks, how many death sentences he lands.
Yep. Definitely going to make this bot lane a lot more tougher. Again, there's no enchanters. It's just double ADC in the bot lane, so there is no crowd control to really protect any of these either ADCs. And while Ezreal should have an easier time getting out of these hooks, Senna will truly struggle if she ever gets hooked and whatnot. But 2 nukes will come.
Diana deciding to go in.
Risky trade there, but is able to walk away.
But we do see that the bot lane of Team Rocket is in the lead, and Rumble is pushing Diana in lane. So that kind of gave Busty Boostas the free opportunity to get that dragon, because Rumble can respond to any contest that Team Joe Mama has, and their bot lane is also a lot stronger than Team Joe Mama's bot lane. So it's very good objective control early coming out from Busty Boostos and Team Rocket.
Yeah, Team Rocket got to keep in mind all these lanes have so much pressure themselves.
Hercules coming out with the ult, but we do see Kayn up top, and Hercules disengages.
Yeah, you know, Dominus is a great get-out-of-jail-free card. You take a bad trade, press it, and now all of a sudden you get basically healed back up to full health, and you have a free Sunfire Cape for yourself to do a lot of damage. So that's going to allow Hercules to kind of be safe in the top lane themselves. But again, across the board, all these lanes have priority. All these lanes have pressure, allowing Namuno kind of basically do whatever he wants. And Kayn, given the fact that he doesn't really become a champion until he gets
going
his
in and flashing, forcing the flash out of Tyke.
That's an interesting trade. 2 noobs did not have mana for that, but now
there's another death sentence.
Okay, goodbye, Senna.
All right, chat. How many death sentences has Thresh landed this game? Let's get a counter going.
Way too many for my one hand to count, that's for sure. But that look, there's another fight on the top side.
Oh,
this was a great invade.
Yeah, and we do see that Rumble responding to the contest from Kayn and Diana, because he is a lot stronger than the Diana currently. You know, they're able to get the Raptor camp and get back safely.
Now, you know, I kind of want to talk a little bit about the item builds here. Something really interesting to know. While Hercules gets another great trade. Should be able to get on out, however. Hercules actually opted to get a dagger, and that usually tells me Blade of Rune came first item for the Renekton outside the Gore Drinker. So that tells me he probably wants to play a lot more split push. He wants to stay in lane more and wants to continue these 1v1s. And Blade of Rune King is a great early game item to really kind of continue to push the early game fights. It gives you all the stats you want. Hercules with an interesting flash there. Better luck next time, Betty, but it's an A for effort. I'll give him the pass there.
Oh, and Yo-Yo trying to be cheeky and stop Hercules' back.
And you look at the mid lane.
Junglers converging in the mid lane. Oh, Waka Waka misses. But they do get that tower gold with the Herald.
Yeah, that is going to be, again, a lot of gold to
Renekton
champion.
And we get the Scarl.
Bit of an unlucky Renekton ultimate there. Scarl was back right on time to really help him out. Waka Waka just taking a quick trade here to get more stacks onto his passive. I don't really know if he wants to continue.
For the exhaust and the equalizer forces the flash out of Waka Waka, but Waka Waka runs through the wall where Rumble can't go.
Wow, very nicely done there from Tykip, really being able to turn around that fight in the mid lane. That exhaust, I think, definitely took Waka Waka by surprise. But if anything, you know, I feel like Waka Waka there was just really looking to get more stacks onto his passive so he could transfer into that right game faster, but kind of really backfired on him, unfortunately, and that does cost him his flash.
So, you see the Thresh making his way to mid lane. Is he gonna work on his mid lane chapter of his death book? Probably not. He's just warding.
Yeah.
He's getting that deep ward so they can get more vision on Waka Waka to see where he is.
In quite a few seconds here. It's about 30 seconds before it spawns. Everyone right now is currently just looking to buy here. And yeah, nothing really too out of the ordinary this game in terms of pathing here. Oh, actually, no, he's actually going... I thought he was going for the Blade of Rune King. He's actually going to be... the Renekton is actually going to be opting for the Strikebreaker. Although nerf this patch is still quite a good item, but I would definitely have preferred the Gore Drinker for the extra sustain. But either way, you know, more power to you. Hercules right now amassing a 33 CS lead here. There's
the
also
engage. We do see Waka Waka coming up, making his way up to top lane. Hercules, oh, there it is.
Ooh, he was waiting for his ultimate. It was going to be up in like 1 second, but he gets taken down as soon as he gets the ultimate back. Well, you know, two noobs. I don't know if you want to be there, buddy.
Two noobs.
Live life on the edge.
YOLO. But we do see Waka Waka there, so maybe that's why he chose to stay. Maybe to try to bait out the Rumble to tower dive. But there was a ward, so Tykip knew not to make any hasty decisions there.
Yep, I wholeheartedly agree. And now we do see a little bit of counter jungling happening from both Busty and Waka Waka, so they're going to go ahead and secure blue buffs for themselves, not giving to the mid laners. Unlucky. Mid laners will get that blue buff eventually. And if anything, I think Two Noobs does need a lot of help. He is also quite down in CS, but look at this. Another hook!
Not a hook! We see the flash and the heal coming out of the Ezreal. I don't think Thresh has missed a single hook this whole game. Or any that we've seen, at least.
Yeah, meta awesome right now. Really making Thresh look like he has a point-and-click ability with his Q. Great skill shot ability here. But now Waka Waka is going to get caught out. He is most likely dead.
He is dead.
Yep. Strikebreaker is going to be able to lock him down. Again, it's not my preference, it's not my choice, but it's doing a lot of work here.
Another hook.
It's a
Trillion with the flash.
Very nicely done.
On it.
the gameplay will continue here. Right now,
Diana
you
going
see
in.
I'm going to get the Raptors once again. It is Kane's most preferred camp, but he's also looking to gank the mid lane as well. Only lands a cleaver though.
Great trade for the Renekton.
And you know, Noah, looking at this game, I want to get your thoughts here. How many Divine Sunders are we expecting on the side of Team Joe Momma?
Maybe Kled, maybe the Kane, maybe Ezreal. So probably 3. The Equalizer, huge, landing onto Key Lime and Trillion.
Oh, there's just no damage though. Oh, the Q misses though. No. 2 noobs, use your ultimate.
2 noobs. Oh,
can't do anything. Oh, dude, we're witnessing a stomp. We're witnessing a stomp. Noah, it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good at all.
So we do see Waka Waka try to get more vision, try to engage on the opposing team, kind of like what we saw Busty do last game, and how that turned out for him is exactly how things are turning out for Waka Waka this game.
Yeah. And I'm really interested in seeing on like how Joe Momma can potentially bring it back, because it's looking doomed across the board. All 5 players are losing their respective matchups, unfortunately. And the mythic items aren't coming out in time, while on the other side, we are seeing mythic items for everyone, for Team Rocket.
Yep,
Also really weird... sorry, continue.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is a 7k gold lead right now, but in the first game we did see Team Rocket come back from a 6k gold lead, so
yeah,
game is still early. Anything can happen, but like Team Rocket had to overcome that first game, Team Joe Momma has a mountain ahead of them.
Ooh.
We do see the Kane gank coming out, and the
Dominus is available, and Mundo is coming up top.
We do.
He got me to this.
Oh
man.
my gosh, the Renekton is huge. The smite coming out to Waka Waka. The Chalice hitting his target. Neilio getting out alive, but his friend not so fortunate.
Okay, as a master detective and a thrill seeker in the Summoner's Rift, my analysis has shown has resulted in the following: when you don't have that red Kane up yet, 2v2s are extremely hard. I think that's the biggest thing in that fight, is that Waka Waka just can't do damage right now because he hasn't transformed just yet. He hasn't been getting those passive stacks. And I think that was a deal breaker on that 2v1, because Hercules was able to outlive so much burst damage, even without the Gore Drinker, which is generally one of the most efficient ways of getting that sustain for the Renekton. And again, across the board, everyone's just so
the aggressive Tristana rocket jump, but Trillion and Key Lime just decide to walk out. We do see the Diana ultimate coming out on Tychus and
this
engage.
is not good.
The Equalizer coming up huge!
Wow.
Oh my god, we do see a teleport come in. Waka Waka falling. Neilio trying.
Yeah, this fight's over. Like,
wow.
Neilio, maybe turning it around. Oh, Busty though. The Mundo's popping off.
Neilio with the Scarl! Can he kill Meta Awesome? Yes, he can. Mundo, I don't know.
Wow.
Senna just keeps healing the Kled. Great job, Trillion, on keeping your friend alive.
It's a 3-for-3, but at the same time, we look at the top side. Hercules is just split pushing on this tower, getting so much farm from himself. And at the same time, that bot lane was a 4v5.
Exactly.
Tychus lands an extremely good ult near the blue buff, but unfortunately, like, everyone just gets picked apart one by one, and really nicely done by Neilio to be able to kind of bring that fight back. But unfortunately, they do continue to lose more and more objectives, and now the gold lead has expanded to about 8k. It's looking rough.
It is. But that last team fight kind of gives me hope, even though they are down 8k, they did manage to even up that last team fight. We do see the Dragon coming out for Team Rocket. They are almost at soul point, and Diana will get hit with a death sentence, but flashes the play. Rumble with the equalizer. Waka Waka, don't! What are you doing? Get out! You have no friends there with you. And he does get out safely.
Man, Meta Awesome really popping off this game on the Thresh. Again, line of hook after hook after hook.
Yeah.
It is quite crazy on how well he is playing right now. And, again, another objective secured by the side of Team Rocket. And again, Team Rocket, last game was looking a little bit shaky, but this game they're just looking to absolutely dominate thanks to the momentum they got after the last win over Momma. So things are looking good.
We do see the Red Cane coming out. Finally, maybe a little bit too late, but it is there.
Yeah, I mean, better late than never.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't talk about it earlier, but interesting build path here. Neilio opting to rush the Titanic Hydra, and is also going to be looking to get a Bomby Cinder mythic item. A Waka Waka is caught out.
Waka Waka, but we do see Keyline here. I don't know if they can survive the Hercules.
Well, Diana! Don't walk away! Diana!
Oh, the flash!
What is happening?
And while
Hercules, it's just in a
while
1v3.
Hercules is distracting Team Momma,
Oh my gosh.
Team Rocket is securing that free Baron there at the top side.
And Diana was just contemplating a life decision there. Two Noobs was like walking towards like Renekton, but as soon as Renekton was winning that 2v1, where Diana's just like, nope, I'm out of here. You guys can handle it. I'm pretty sure the 3v1 they could have taken him out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Renekton is huge right now with 3 kills, 167 farm. He does have the most farm in the game. So he is making his presence known everywhere, not just in the top lane. We do see him roaming around the enemy's jungle, distracting them while the rest of his team decide to go and secure the objectives around the map. So very good pressure, very good presence from Hercules there on that Renekton.
Yeah, I'm really excited on how well Hercules is piloting this Renekton, and it almost kind of tells me that I'm pretty sure when they saw the Mundo B1, the Mundo get first pick by Team Rocket, like, they automatically assumed it was a Mundo top. They picked the Kled to play against the Mundo, and they swapped the Mundo to the jungle. So, it's a little bit of a god moment here. But it's a 2v4 in the bot lane.
Disengage with the Flay. Ooh, Trillion lands the root.
Busty pops the ultimate, but everyone else is coming in. It's going to be a 4v5 quite soon. Teleport not going to be coming in over here. Well, this
we
fight's
do see the Rumble coming in from behind. Equalizer is huge once again coming out from Taikip. This guy does not miss equalizers.
Yep, it's going to be another stomp coming in from Team Rocket, and as they push down the bottom lane, Hook did not land. I think that's the first one I saw miss, but
exactly.
Ilio
and
will get taken out.
Dies.
Unlucky. You hate to see it, but at the same time, you love to see for Team Rocket. They're right now pushing down 2 inhibitors for themselves. They're probably just gonna walk away with 1, but they could definitely take more. They are just so ahead.
Can rotate to that bot lane, get that tower, and get that inhibitor too. We do have.
Too.
Yeah, we do have 22 seconds left on Neilio. So they can.
Maybe they're looking to end here.
I don't know. Maybe if they get too greedy and overstay, they could be retaliated on.
There's no damage though from the side of Team Momma. Team Rocket are just walking down. They're just too damn tanky. They're just too ahead. What do you do?
Huge. Rumble's huge. Everyone's huge.
Oh man, that's gonna be gain here from the side of Team Rocket. They're gonna be walking away with 2-0 over Team Momma. It was a valiant effort. Game 1, Noah, but this is gonna be the end here.
Exactly. I feel like Game 1 was a lot closer because Team Rocket weren't on their main champion. That Mundo coming out, that Rumble being huge, the Thresh from Meta Awesome in the bot lane, not missing a single hook. Everyone on Team Rocket played really well this game. Congrats, guys.
Yeah, that was, for lack of the better term, game 1 was the warm-up for Team Rocket, and then game 2, they all just decided to show up here. And speaking of showing up, I think we are now joined with everyone else should be joining up here in the call as well. Such a fun game to watch.
It was a fun game, although it was pretty one-sided. So unlike in other best of 3 games, this is actually not a best of 3. This is just like baseball, where you play all 3 games, right? So if you have the Nationals playing the Yankees and they're scheduled for a 3-game set, they play all 3. And that's what's going to happen here. So it was one-sided, but we still have another game. Let's see if Momma can steal a game here.
I do have a question though. Is the client stuck? What's going on with it?
It looks like it's stuck on my end.
Yeah. We didn't get to do the whole GG.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of stopped on mine as well. But we're gonna have a game 3 for you guys. So it's not over yet. It could finish 3-0 or it could finish 2-1. So let's see if Momma finishes out strong in this matchup. But I do want to thank our casters here. I want to thank Barely Noah for doing an excellent job. And I think we're gonna be doing a tag team here. We're gonna be subbing in somebody for Barely Noah. Thank you for joining us. And in the meantime, let's sort out the lobby, sort out what's going on here, and we'll take a quick 5-minute break. All right, stay tuned. Leave this, leave the broadcast open, guys. Talk to you later.
All right, see ya.
A chance. Now Gunner runs in, jumps, dunk, dead. Now looking for more. Muted, he's doomed. The Axe trying to get back home. Saberlight slowing him down to the best of their abilities. They have Spirit Form back up again in a second, but he's gonna die. Ryle ends up finding that kill. Gunner, seeing if he can play a little bit of cleanup on his Ember. What else do they have left in the tank? The slowdown is there. Another round of Sleight of Fists. The Coddle's not near enough. 4-step coming for Brex to keep alive. But Ryle again with the side blades. Able to connect, able to get the kill in Ultra for this TA.
And in Southeast Asia, Fnatic took down TNC Predator in the finals to qualify.
Try and shred this death, but the puck, the Dream Call catches out Gabby Spectre. He's in trouble. He's just so low. They get the Death Prophet coming in the fight with the Exorcism, but Gabby needs to be helped out, but he gets taken out. Gets dunked by Raven, who wants more. He's still hungry. He's hungry for TNC Flash. His former teammates, he's taken 3 out. He's looking for a 4th. Bok in all sorts of trouble, gets a silence out, but that's just going to delay the inevitable. Raven is beyond godlike with a triple kill.
Still a couple more regions to go before all of the teams are set for the $40 million prize pool international, which starts August 5th. Now let's head on over to Valorant, where the VCT is getting back into it. The Stage 3 Challengers events have begun, and although most of the regions are still in the early phases with qualifiers for the main event, we do have one result right now from Latin America South, where Crew Esports and Australs both made it through to the Stage 3 Challengers playoffs.
He's still in tube here. He's waiting. JD coming around the corner. He'll find one headshot. He'll find a spray down onto the rest of them, and he can go back in through. But the Viper's Pit is still active for 10k.
And he has 2 snake bites.
Oh, they can't spray him down from that position now. JD's on such low health. He pushes into the Viper's Pit. He's going to have to try and find that. Oh, Rhyme. Oh, almost walked into death there, but he's going to walk into death from another angle. Oh, he's still alive. JD is on 1 HP.
Oh my god.
Finest. Amazing.
A little bit of a change of pace.
Yeah, J-Mo's still spraying through, and he's going to be able to get one
lovely.
daily. There goes. Oh, no, the Showstopper not going to be able to hit anything. Instead, it's Lin having to go forward. Odorous ends up getting the kill anyways. Dimensional drift right on through, and Scourge is out safe. Scourge gets another one right through the wall, and Virtuoso, they are getting meat grinded without even taking a step right into sight. Virtuoso left down in the dirt, and now it's only one person remaining. Apoth in a 1v5. Paranoid, blind, dazed, and confused. Kansas City Pioneers, we'll see you next weekend.
Still so much going on in the VCT Challengers over the coming weeks. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with all 9 regions as they fight their way to the next VCT Masters event in Berlin. Moving on now to Counter-Strike, where we've got another good handful of events, like the DreamHack Open in both North America and Asia.
Maybe this time it's going to pan out. They're wasting no time. It's going to be the hit. The Hail Mary push towards the B bomb side, and JD's going to completely annihilate them. Lucas left alone. The 1v5, and ladies and gentlemen, your DreamHack Open champions. It is going to be extra salt. I did not see Lucas coming back from this one. They went for the play. They put all the cards on the table, and JD just flipped the table out of the room.
Really comes down to this duel, doesn't it? And Nine's been spotted, but he's a little bit sharper. Again, stepping up when it matters. 20 to 10 for 9 in this map, 20 to 15 for News, and 23 for 13 for Dobu. Those 3 have been phenomenal. Cabal helping out as well, and it will ultimately come down to Cabal in the one-on-one. Kaz takes the peak, but Cabal wasn't waiting for him. Now he is.
Team Renewal taking first place in Asia and Extra Salt winning in North America. There was also some ESL action as the Season 14 Oceania play-in saw Renegades taking down Order to secure a spot in the ESL Pro League this season.
Onto the A site for Renegades.
No one at Renegades is looking over towards the jungle position as well. Sicko swivels, but can he get anything here? Malta has to go huge. There's one. Make it a second. It's stolen by Inns, actually. They haven't looked at the graveyard position. It's just out of Gyromich. There's the round.
Order would fall down into the ESEA Premier League for Season 38, as Season 37 is all wrapped up now, with the winners from every region moving up to that ESL Pro League.
Kenny Util there, but Malbs forced back to Moto for the moment, but it's going to be JT trying to run him down. Head taken off, though. Free haircuts handed out as Sonic trades through, but there's too many CTs here. An Extra Salt are running it straight in OC. He gets one, but it's not enough, and Team 1 are your NA ESEA Premier champions for Season 37.
40 seconds on the clock. They kind of need to make something happen here.
And that might just be it. It's going to be B-side coming in. Zedko peeking from the back of sight, and Shock gifted another. Oscar chimes in. The Orps really reigning supreme at the moment. It's LeMan in a 1-on-5. He's brought it back to the 1-on-4, 24 HP, 24 seconds rather to play with as he tries to make his way through. Oscar.
The Wolves desperately trying to get an execute. Can they find Alistair? They do. Rotates coming through. Now Ints on Arch. Jump peek. Ints doesn't shoot. Brace. Gotta check it. Ints smashes in between the eyes. Meanwhile, Vertex are trying to get him to site. Hats with the backstab. Malta shuts down one, but Hats is going to see them all with the backstab, and it'll be 15 for Renegades.
Team 1, Sinners Esports, and of course Renegades move up to the Pro League. We also had the Pinnacle Cup number 2, which started this week. The first round of the Swiss stage is done, but there are a lot more games to come before the playoffs.
Could he be the savior for the Copenhagen Flames? One on the MP9, running low on bullets, but the double link comes in. And as I said, they're going to bring this one back. 1v3 for Slowy, though. Don't know if I can count him out just yet. The glut situation, he's crept out through secret, and he knows it's been a fake. It's not planted for him, so he's going to have to take one of these fights here aggressively shortly. Yeah, uh-oh. Does he have his team to support him? Coming out through Heaven. Kill's not found by Hooksy. Spraying through. It's 1v1. Siphon. He's got to find the kill. No kid. We have it. No. Slowy. Flakes for the kill. And
the Star Ladder RMR finished up this week, and Navi took down Gambit Esports in the grand finals, 3-2.
They have money to go for this if they want to. They could throw everything at it and have a full buy in the next round, so you might as well try.
Well, they'll try indeed. Finally, a bomb plant down for Team Spirit. Norbert walking out, though, get one. Dexter's able to find the shot in return, but Mo immediately finds Mir, and we still have a chance, a very good chance, as well as Adren walks out. Smoke to cover off Chopper's position, though, and he was ready for that push. He's got the lineup. Oh, Shiro's got the shot. The AWP was ready for Coffins. Down goes Simple. They know now that rotation has occurred, but here comes the CTs back this direction. 36 seconds. And what's the call? Because if they're going to go, they need to go now. They need to go right now on the Gambit side. The smoke at CT is in position. They have an MP9 in front. Boomich is the one that's trying to buy space time. Create the obtuse angle. Bit's got the kill. Boomich is going to follow it up, and it's on to Shiro on the AWP. Hobbit's beside him, and Hobbit's gone. Shiro hits one. He hits it. He hits it through the box, but it's not good enough. And Navi.
And we had the Spring Sweet Spring number 3 end this week as well, with Complexity Gaming taking down Entropic in the grand finals and getting a seed into the long-awaited Land, sweet land.
Give it up. The op in his hands, but the M4 in Blaine's has got to. 3v4. The A-bomb site still looks to be contested, but the bomb is dropped by JKS. It's 2v4. Made one. No, okay, they didn't find the kill in the apartments, but oh wait, hold on a second. Trigger discipline from Crad. It looks like Blaymeth considered it. He's looking to his right. Is he going to be even able to get this trigger discipline play? Sprays for one. Does he know another man is in stairs? He does, but Rush has got the trade, and Complexity have the series.
All right, guys, welcome back. Ready to go with the next match, the last game of the match, right?
Last game of the matchup here, and we'll see if Team Rocket does a clean sweep here or Joe Mama takes one game. But we are joined here by another guest caster, TDS. Welcome to the cast here, TDS. How are you?
Hello, thank you for having me. I ran a little bit late, but luckily I'm able to join you guys now, and I'm excited to see these games. You're saying that they're 2-0 up already, right? So
yes,
I hope that
correct.
this third game is exciting.
Yeah, actually, the first game was very exciting. It went all the way down to a 40-minute game, and we did, it was not really decided until the last minute or two there, and it was really close. So
Okay.
hopefully we see that again in this game, game 3. But hopefully we don't see a beatdown like it was in game 2. So XT, what made it like that in game 2? What was the key factor there for Team Rocket to, take that game convincingly?
Yeah, so unfortunately for Team Joe Mama, it's really hard to play with a Kane when you draft 3 losing lanes. It's really hard for, again, the Diana to get a lot into the Rumble mid lane. I think, we saw Tykip do a really good job of pressuring that as well. We saw Tristana Thresh lane be really, really strong against the bottom lane for Team Jomama. So we're seeing a couple of lane swaps again. Looks like Keylime's going back to jungle. Waka Waka's going to go into the bot lane, and Big Bui Ho is going to go into the support. So really excited to see how people will change it up. And again, it's just one of those games, but you got to brush it off, take that mental reset again, and hopefully we see a healthier blue side draft here for Team Jomama.
Yep, so it looks like the lobby is complete, and we have started the banning and pick process. But before I turn it over to you guys, which heroes do you think we're going to be seeing here in response to that game 2, XT?
It's going to be really interesting. I would imagine the Mundo may make a comeback. It's a contested pick between these two guys. But I do really want to see, one of my favorite champions, Aphelios, be picked in the bottom lane. He's such a fun champion to kind of watch out for. He's such a great carry. He has a great kit and a great design. So he's kind of my lookout. It's kind of just my, guilty pleasure talking out here. But I would expect Mundo to make a comeback.
What about you, TDS? What do you think?
If it's with me, if it's for favorite characters, I would love to see Ari played. I don't expect to see her, but I would love seeing her. Irelia is also one champion that I would love having a little bit of to be in the limelight, because she's such a strong carry. She can destroy so many teams, and she's in a really strong spot right now as well.
So let's see if that comes to fruition here. But we'll turn it over to you, casters, and you can discuss this in more detail.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Thanks, F Kinks, KJ, and hello, TDS. I'm super excited to be joined here with you today. We got ourselves a game number 3. It's a brand new patch, and I'm sure you're fully aware of all the changes that have already been happening. You talked about Irelia. I really want to see Irelia as well. She got that mini rework. She's losing a couple of stacks in her passive at the same time. She apparently has an extremely strong kit now, so I'd love to see her as well.
Yeah, the thing with Irelia was the fact that yes, her passives were reduced, and yes, she lost a couple of damage, a little bit of damage in certain parts, but her W change was massive. They returned her to where she was, I think, a couple of years ago, where she can now resist both AD and AP damage, and that alone just makes her so much stronger in certain matchups that she was going to lose before, and now can fight easily against mages, which is such a huge buff for her alone. And also, even though stacking her passive is kind of hard, it's not harder enough no more, because now you just need 4. Yes, it's less damage, but it's quicker to get that full damage from her passive, so in the longer trades you probably get even more out of that alone. And a Shen first pick, interesting.
Yeah, again, a lot of the picks we've seen so far is very safe, right? Both these teams kind of want to just let the junglers kind of do a lot of the work and do a lot of the It's more or less both these teams have been picking a lot of supporter compositions so far, but we're gonna be seeing the Garen here. That's definitely not common, for you TDS. It's not like, I believe it was Latin America that was playing the Garen jungle with Ghost. I don't know if you call that, but it's probably gonna be going to the top lane to Shen. I'm curious to see what your thoughts on this as we're getting the second pick in.
Yeah, Garen is... Oh, and a Poppy, yeah. Garen is an interesting pick, particularly because it's not that he's a bad champion, it's just that it's so easy to kite him. And that's one of the key things that make him so hard to him to get into the meta. But crucially, he recently received a buff in terms of how his Q is used now, because he get extra movement speed with his Q. And that is so valuable to get his sticking power up and be able to apply his E damage, which is so much of his combo. So now at least he's in a position where he can try and fight against the meta champions, and he can be considered part of the meta, which is why I think Garen is not that bad of a choice here. And against the Shen particularly, with the E, you kind of ignored the Shen W that can deny damage. So that in itself makes it so that he can win matchups, and that is so massive for him. And the Poppy I love because you can kick away champions.
Yeah, and I'm loving these drafts so far. A lot of creative picks here as well. We don't commonly see the Poppy jungle. That's what I'm predicting to be in the jungle. In solo queue, I think it's a very cheesy pick, right? I think what most people tend to do is that they get like the red buff and they go like bot lane. If you're starting blue side and you get that instant wall stun, or you gank the top side, and it's like that level 2 cheese is really hard to play against. But we're also seeing the Sylas and the Lux, in lore. These two are kind of rivals. They're kind of mortal enemies if any of you keep up with the lore. But in lane, Sylas is gonna, tend to have a little bit of advantage. I think he's a great anti-mage pick. He does have a lot of sustain, he has a lot of ways to set up the ganks and whatnot. While Lux is quite a safe laner, but she can be quite vulnerable if she does get flanked by the Poppy or the Garen. So we'll really have to see how this all plays out. TDS, take it away. We're seeing the bans right now, a lot of supportive bans, but what do you want to see picked?
In terms of picks, like you were talking, I feel like Aphelios, you brought it up, and I also think Aphelios could be a nice option for either of these teams. He has long range and also a lot of carry potential, which is so valuable in this meta right now, because even though you can kind of burst him out if you have the correct champions, he can deal a ton of damage and control areas of the map that typically are not that good to control. So he can be a good answer against champions like Varus, like the Ezreal, and still be a really huge threat later on, which is why I would like to see the Aphelios. It's not, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't pick it, but it's something that I think it's good right now. Same with the Ezreal, same with the Varus. And a champion that also I want to see if they pick it up, it's Caitlyn, because even though Caitlyn still has that power trough in the mid game that it's kind of known by everyone, you get your first item and Vayne. Okay, I was picking Caitlyn, but Vayne is better, actually.
Yeah, Vayne is going to get locked in. She does have the front line, right? She does have that heal, so that she's able to really do a lot of damage to Volibear and to Shen, who is the main counter here. But we see the Kai'Sa. I would want to see like a Nautilus or a Thresh paired up with here, but we see the Karma. And I'm not really a fan of this pairing, but, in terms of comfort pick, Big Boo Ho, he did play a really good Karma game 1. Unfortunately, TDS, you weren't there for that one, but I'm good. You're just going to have to trust me on this one. I like, I like the Karma pick for Ho, but I don't like the Karma pick for the match. But the Nautilus gets locked in. Man, this bot lane's going to be rough.
And like you were saying, the Nautilus is such a good pick with the Kai'Sa because her passive gets more damage out of that, and you can explode a target. So if you get on top of the Vayne, you can pretty much get close to an all-in level 2 and delete her from the matchup. And that's so huge. But now Vayne has access to that, and even though it's not the same as the passive from Kai'Sa, if you get your passive with the 3-hour attacks and the wall bang with the E, then it's so massive for you. You can win trades so easily with that.
Yeah, really. And, when we're talking about Kai'Sa, there's a reason why Kai'Sa was, like, a champion that's generally picked early, because you want to try to build the comp around the Kai'Sa, right? She's not someone that you could just shove into any comp. If she's in, like, a full poke comp, or if she's in, like, a split-pushing comp, she tends to struggle because she needs ways for people to set her up for success, right? Back then, we saw a lot of Kai'Sa KO combos back last season. I know that was really popular. Now, we're seeing the Kai'Sa, we saw Kai'Sa Nautilus being one of the most popular pairings, but for this case, right, we see the Kai'Sa, but who's setting her up? It's really just the Volibear and maybe sometimes the Lux, but again, it's comfort, right? It's comfort for Waka, it's comfort for Ho, but it's it's not synergistic, which is what I'm worried about. While on the other side, you know, Team Rocket, they have a huge beefy front line for this Vayne to really pop off. I'm really interested to see how both these C's play.
Yeah, and I feel like also the combo from the side of Team Rocket, it's I don't want to say easier to execute, but it feels more accessible in comparison to the other team's combo, because you just need to put the frontliners in front, try and soak up the damage, and make a space for the Vayne. And also the Sylas is one of the champions that I tend to consider the chaotic champions that will just go in, try and create as much chaos as possible, so that they free up a space for the carry that will do the consistent damage. And I value Sylas as a champion that can do that, and with good ultimates, he just gets even more powerful. So normally he just kind of spikes in mid game, but if he has really great ultimates, he gets even harder and harder in terms of spiking, and he will deal even more damage. So having ultimates like the Shen ultimate, like the Volibear ultimate, like the Kai'Sa ultimate, as well as the Karma ultimate, will be so much more valuable for him, and he can do way too many things in the teamfights that will create space for Vayne to be able to carry.
Yeah, and you know, something I do kind of want to watch out for on the side of Team Joe Momma is that Lux is a great champion for kind of picking out people, especially if they do tend to be behind, especially if their composition really does get ahead. And something that I'm really interested in seeing is I think Team Joe Momma has a great composition to turn fights around in their favor, right? If they get caught out, if it looks like they make a mistake or not. Boom, you got the Shen. Oh, boom, Volibear just used the ultimate or turns around with his Q and whatnot. There's so much crowd control hidden that you may not expect that can really be used to kind of dissuade a fight if Team Rocket gets a little bit too greedy. So again, there's a lot of tools both these teams' hands, but you said it the best, TDS. I would watch out for Team Rocket the most because I think they have the composition that's not really the easiest to execute, but has a straightforward win condition.
Yeah, like sometimes you just want these kind of compositions that you don't need to think too much to actually try and get to the objective. Because with Lux, Kai'Sa, and Karma, you kind of want to play back without actually being too much of a threat. But at the same time, Kai'Sa is a champion that wants to dive. So you have to commit to kind of different playstyles already in your own composition. And when you have to consider way too many things, it kind of clouds your own decision making and can just put you in a bad spot, which is something that Team Rocket doesn't really need to think too much about. You just go in, get kills, and try and get out as well. That's the ideal for them.
Yep, and now as we are going to be loading into the game, again, this is game number 3. It's not a best of 3, but, you know, at this point, Team Joe Momma are looking to play with pride here. They're looking to pick up this game. They don't want to go out without a fight. While Team Rocket, they want to get that 3-0 to close out today into LAS. And, you know, folks, I hope you're all enjoying your time here on the Trovo chat. Folks, we're going to be loading into game. TDS, I'm interested in seeing on how this bot lane goes because I see the arcane comment on the Karma, and all I think is she gets that spell thieves and she's looking to play really aggro. I'm scared. I'm scared for that because, you know,
that's what I hope. I hope that leads to kills and a lot of action, because now you have champions that will try to chunk you out. But on the other side, if the Karma moves too far forward, you get hooked by Nautilus, you're in such a bad position, and the Ignite can come through. Like, one of the things that, even though the Comet is good to try and get a lot of poke, it's not like the Airy or the Guardian to try and get defensive stats and try to survive long enough. If you miss position once, you can probably die as the Karma. So already a lot of nice mini games that you have to keep in mind at the start of the game, and I hope that we see a lot of fighting, a lot of action in the start of the game, and a lot of kills early on, honestly.
Yep, and we do see not an invade here, but kind of a you know, bush camp here. They're just looking to kind of just stack the bush here and kind of punish to see if Team Joe Momma kind of goes for an invade. But TDS, I look at their comp, and you know, I don't scream of confidence for the invade here on on Team Joe Momma. So I think it's a little bit of a bad read here for from Team Rocket.
It's kind of a safe way to look at the invades, because you have a lot of good answers towards that, and I feel like that's an okay way to go. You don't need to commit too much to the level 1 as long as you don't lose too much. So for example, if you are able to get a good read on what the enemy team want to do and you don't lose anything, then that's still fine for you. As long as you don't get in a gold deficit from the start, I think every kind of way to play the early game is valid.
Yep, and now we do see jungle getting started here. Poppy's going to be starting the red buff. This leads me to fear that, you know... Oh my gosh. Okay, so Garen started with no items.
Oh no.
Leads me to believe, I think that Garen is kind of a new player here, and, you know, I do see into all chat, they're trying to provide some support to remind the Garen to get some items, which I love good sportsmanship here, but here's the top lane gank I was talking about, TDS. This happens all the time. This happens all the time in solo queue. It's the worst. Oh, he missed stun. Feels bad.
But you can run him down. Go on. Come on, Garen. Close.
So close. No. I don't want to dive on the start, dude. I don't have the minions.
Yeah, the stun was so close, and if they get the stun, I feel like they get the kill. Also, crucially, Garen is running Ignite, and the Shen as well, so 1v1 potential is there. Oh no, Shen.
Ooh, there's the Ignite. No! He doesn't have items!
Oh no.
That's bullying. That's mean, man.
You
Dude,
hate
just
to see
let...
it.
I hate to see it so much. Alright, Garen, come on. Dude, he even built Corrupting Pot. The Shen's just like... That's brutal, dude.
Nice. Oh, wait.
Right.
She didn't get the kill, no.
Ooh, you hate to see it. But Mio the bot lane, look at this. That's going to be the flash forward from the Nautilus and Ignite. Waka Waka should be fine, but now it's 2v1 to top lane, and
oh, no.
Team Joe Mama looking to bite back.
Yeah,
very
there's
nice.
already a lot of moves towards stuff that, like, ignoring a little bit what happened on bot lane, because this is kind of what we talked about. If you miss position once, you will get turned on and you will be dealing a lot of damage on top of them. Really well done by the Nautilus and the Vayne to get a lot of damage down and force the Kais out. And then on top side, sadly the Garen didn't have items, but it was a close level 1 gank, and it actually, if they are actually able to pull it off because there's no teleport, the Shen would have lost a lot. Sadly it gets turned down. The Poppy is so far behind now in terms of farm, same as the Garen, and Shen and Bolivar already starting with a really nice advantage.
Yep, and you know, as we see the game kind of continue here, mid lane as well, Ty kept looking for a quick trade, but doesn't really have any items just yet. Hasn't had the first back. I would imagine he would back. Oh, okay. Hate to see it.
Yeah, it looks as Ignite.
That was greedy. Ooh.
And with teleport, I'm curious that he didn't just back and use the teleport, but at least he will be able to come back here and not lose that much, and maybe even threaten the Lux if she's not careful enough.
Yep, and you know, as we do see this game kind of continue, Team Joe Mama, you know, you weren't here for the first game TDS, but they were the last time they were able to have a close goal lead. They were able to keep the game really close, and it really made you know, Team Rocket really fight for it here. So now the question, you know, is to me, okay, that was an Ignite. He's doing his best. A for effort. Let's go, Garen. Oh, the top miss is great dodge from the Garen. I'm calling that one a dodge. You know,
it was close. I would take it as a dodge as well, so it's okay. If he had Ignite here, he can threaten the Shen for a kill. Come on, Garen.
Garen, please. No. All right, don't walk in the lane.
He's
just
alive.
Take it back.
Yeah.
Just take the L. Just take the L. Play it safe.
As long as he's not dead, he has a second chance.
Yeah, this is true. Words of wisdom from TDS. I love it. Dude, okay, so we continue to see the game here, and we were talking about it in the Champ Select TDS, but one of the biggest things is that if this top side kind of like falls behind, this Vayne Nautilus lane is kind of in a 1v5 situation at this point, right?
Yeah, pretty much, because Shen can just be there anytime they actually want to force a fight, and that will turn the numbers in their favor. So, like you were saying, it can just turn into a 1v5 so easily against the Vayne and the Nautilus, but they do have collapse potential with the teleport from the Sylas, as well as the Poppy. If she's in close proximity, they can try and stop them from dying, which would be crucial. If the Vayne is not behind, then you will always have a gateway into winning the game.
Yep. And, you know, as we do see the game kind of continue from here, you know, 6 minutes, 3 kills already, going on over to Team Joe Mama, and no dragons, believe it or not. But I guess both teams are kind of waiting for that level 6 Keyline, though, heading towards the bot lane, maybe look for a gank. There is no, oh, there is a ward, there's a control ward there, but could be looking to solo the dragon over the blast cone.
can probably do it. He's level 5, he has a smite, and he also has control over mid lane, and bottom lane is now pushing, so there shouldn't be that much of a contest. Poppy is also on top side, so I expect them to be able to get this first Drake, and stacking the Drakes early on is really nice to get as soon as possible towards the soul.
Yeah, and you know, something else that I kind of want to note while the Volibear is taking the dragon, the CS right now is kind of close in the top side, believe it or not, if you ignore the kills. But look at this. He left him. Look for the gate mid! But he does flash out.
Yeah, luckily, really nice flash. He just dashes away before the E from the Volibear hits, so that slow is not applied and you don't lose that much. Don't on the Garen.
Really interesting trade in the top.
Yeah.
You know, at least Garen lived though. You know, hats off
He's
to him.
keeping up with farm, and that is really important considering that he started dying in for the first blood. So being able to keep up with the farm is really good for the Garen. The thing is, with what happened with the Volibear and the fact that the Volibear is so far ahead in CS and in a kill, there was a small pause. Yeah. There was a kill with the Volibear, and the difference is yes, with the Poppy. That is what's keep making the huge difference right now in the game. Even with the kills, the fact of the CS being so one-sided for the Volibear is making it so bad for the side of Team Rocket in terms of gold.
Yeah. So something else I kind of want to note here as well is that Sylas, now you think about it, Sylas doesn't really have a lot of high-value ultimates outside of like the Volibear and the Shen.
Yeah.
So, to me, the Sylas pick is kind of faltering. He finally gets the first teleport back in the mid lane. Although it's 8 minutes in, right? You generally, like, against a lot of ranged matchups, from what I commonly see, like, the first back you get, like, Dark Seal and, like, maybe an Amp Tone to kind of heal up after some bad treats in the early game, and you kind of just snowball from there, especially since your opponent really has Ignite. But Tyke with the really late TP kind of worries me at this point in the game. Rift Herald is going to be up soon, and if he does take one more bad trade, it's going to be really, really hard for Team Rocket to really be able to contest that, if that's something they really want to get. They've been getting the first Rift Herald for the past few games, but we really, really have to see if this really kind of, if this really has an impact. We're back in the game here, TDS, and another trade at the top lane.
No, they're just forcing on the Garen, yeah. And going back a little bit with what you were saying with the Sylas, yes, you typically see the teleport back earlier just because you kind of want to force trades as much as possible and put your enemy in a bad position because he doesn't have teleport. So if you're able to get back into lane with more health and more items, you're in a better position as a Sylas and can force a kill on the enemy laner as well.
Yeah, and you know, we do see a roam right now, actually. The Sylas is going to be looking to go up river and look to gank this Shen. There is Ignite.
Yeah.
Fight's going to start, and the Sylas is going to be in the area, but Garen, don't die, buddy! He's going to go down. There's the Lux ult, though. Flash into it! No! Feels bad.
Yeah, and if he flashes well, maybe he can run away, but I feel like the kill would have been secured by the Sylas other way. Nice roam by Tyke B to get on top lane, help the Garen, and even though Garen dies, they still get a kill. He gets an assist, he gets a little bit of gold, he should go back into the lane and be able to farm a little bit.
Yeah, you know, every little thing counts, and Garen needs as much help as he can. He gets the Kittle Gem, so that kind of tells me he is going to be going for, well, even before we talk about the, oh, great Blast Cone there. That's a Shen ult, though. It's about to be a 4v3 here. It's not looking good for Team Rocket. There's going to be the ultimate from the Blip. He goes in. The Yoshi is going to get taken out. And the Nautilus and Poppy are left to dry. No ultimate from Hercules. He is not going to be able to use the hammer to save his teammates, but this tower dive is going to be happening. Waka Waka to be looking to get one kill. Will be able to get a 2 for... I believe, yeah, it's going to be a 2 for 3 trade? 2 for 2 trade? Yes, 2 for 3 trade. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, should be an easy slow kill for Tyke. There it is. And it's not the end of the world here, but really nicely played by Team Joe Momma.
Yeah, almost equal trades. Team Joe Momma, yes, the dive ends up being bad, and that's the power of the Shen. He can just collapse some plays that seem bad for you at the start, and the shield, the ability to bring up another member into the map is so valuable, and you love to see that with the Shen. Really nicely done by Team Joe Momma. They still get something out, and they are getting a lot of plates. But luckily, Team Rocket is able to answer with kills on the Shen, on the looks as well as a couple of trades by Meta. So that flash into the stone was really good and really well done by him.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, as this game does continue into top side, Shen, or, you know, thanks to everything happening in the bot side, Garen was able to get a little bit of gold over the top lane, but this trade's not looking good. He is forced to flash there. Yellow, was it Yellow Mellow Knight? Yeah, Yellow Mellow Knight. That's...
Yeah.
Yeah. Yellow Mellow Knight. Doing his best. He'll get there. He'll get there eventually. I think he's just going to be building a Stride Breaker, right? It looks like. With the Kendo Gem. Could also be a Black Cleaver. I doubt it's a Black Cleaver, but...
It could be a Sunderer as well. That is also a possible
That is true.
option.
That is true.
Thought
that was a close hook, though.
Yeah.
Woo!
They're putting...
scary there.
Thinking back at it, they're putting a lot of pressure on the Garen, and I feel like that freeing up the Vayne a little bit. Even though she died recently, you're still giving a lot of space for the Vayne to actually be able to farm. She's close to her first item, and that in itself is a huge win for the side of Team Rocket.
Yeah, and you know, something else I'm really interested in, that is actually going to be the Stride Breaker for the Garen, it looks like, since he is going to go ahead and buy the Earthbound Axe. Stride Breaker on Garen, I'm not really too big of a fan of it anymore. Now it doesn't give you the dash, since that was like the biggest reason why I think most Garen mains kind of took the item. But you know, I'm optimistic. I'm looking forward to seeing how it works, but I don't think it's gonna work too well.
Yeah, I feel it's mainly because of the value of the slow, because you probably will use your Q to try and get close to someone and then use the slow to kill them. But even though it will not... Oh, okay.
I don't want to talk about that. He definitely meant to hit the Rift Herald there.
Yeah, I feel like that was the plan. You needed to wait a little bit. If he waits a little bit and actually times it well, I think you actually push away the Herald. So it's worth a try, but it's hard to do.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, like, you know, it was worth a shot. He got it, or he tried to get it, but that's going to be a pop with no ultimate there, and Dragon is up. So if, theoretically, if Team Momma wanted to do another fight, they probably have a pretty good chance of winning the fight.
Yeah, and I think they would have a pretty good chance right now just because they are ahead in gold, and the Shen should be able to join every fight in comparison to the Garen. Kirkle is trying to put a little bit of pressure on the Bolívar, but I don't think you need to do that. You can even give away this raid because you need to get to a point where Vayne is actually strong. That is what you are banking on away.
They do have the Volibear ult if they want to do this, along with the Shen ultimate, but I don't think they're reconsidering. Hercules is here. He's going to be looking to get that E into the wall there, but won't be able to get it once again. Now the fight is going to go on. Shen ultimate is going to be going on to Keyline, and now the rest of Team Rocket has to run away. It's going to be a 4v5 there, so going to be a Stormbringer double kill going over to Waka, and call him Pac-Man because he's going to be eating up all the pellets. Meta also trying to get away. Ignite's going to be taken down. Melio maybe looking for the dive. Won't be able to get it, but that is going to be Team Rocket losing 2 members. Team Momma, they get a dragon.
Once again, really great collabs by Team Momma. They know that they have the advantage. They have the Shen. He will be there 100% of the time because they have a Stand United. And Team Rocket is not respecting that and actually trying to go for the fight. And they don't even get the stun on the Karma. So sadly, they are not able to get the kill. It's still a nice attempt, and I like that they are trying to commit on the Vayne. But they need to be able to stun the targets and be able to burst them out before the Shen Stand United comes through.
Yep, and now, you know, with Dragon going on over to Team Momma, it looks like Tykip is looking to see if he can get something for Keyline. Keyline doesn't really have the Stormbringer or the Flash. 2 nukes, not going to be able to make it in time. Stormbringer used by Tykip. Oh, Everfrost barely missed it, but he still gets a slow.
There's no flash.
Should just be a kill. Yep.
Really well done by the Silas. And Silas is looking like one of the Shine. Oh no, Yellow Metal Knight.
No, Yellow Knight. No, man, dude, just let's let him farm.
He's trying to farm, yeah. Just leave him be.
Dude.
He's trying. He's trying, and I like that. At least he's going for things, trying to get advantages, and he's not just leaving the game and not doing anything. So that's a huge plus already. Maybe they can get something here.
Ah, okay. Hercules' re-level is down, TDS.
Okay, yeah, I just realized he has a full Titanic Hydra as well.
Yeah, it's this is pretty brutal. Also, Hercules has pressed attack. I do not think that is common I think Predator usually is like the main way to go, or Electrocute, right?
Yeah, it's Predator or what it's called, or the tank rune that gives you resistances when you use CC. I think that those two are the better. Aftershock, yeah. I think those two would be better on the Puppy. I think maybe with the level 1 play that they did, maybe they wanted to get the extra damage so that they could get the kill early on the Shen. But sadly, since it didn't happen, then the value of the rune kind of falls a little bit.
Yeah. It's not exactly ideal, and unfortunately, the days of Trinity Force Poppy are way past us.
But Sunder or Poppy can be played.
That is true. It is an option. Although, I would much rather see like a Frostfire Gauntlet.
It doesn't
get that range slow.
Oh no, not again.
No, he'll live. Garen lives here. He's getting out. Whew.
I see a ton, and I don't know why I think he's going to die. Feels kind of bad.
Yeah, it's rough, but you know I believe in Yellow Metal Knight. He will get a solo kill. No, run away! No, the turret goes down. All right, abs in the chat, boys. He has flash though.
Okay,
he gets away too.
Yeah, Shen has flash, but he doesn't go. Okay, he's alive to fight another day. Nautilus.
Yeah, another bot lane fight going. Waka Waka is quite bad, but now Yoshi looking to turn it around. Ignite going out. That's gonna be a killer instinct. No way, man! Double kill going out for Key Lime. Team Rocket are getting stomped.
The value
off again.
The value out of that Stand United is so massive. Every time that it seems like maybe Team Rocket can actually do something, Team Momma answers with the Stand United, and it just turns around completely. It doesn't matter what they are doing. This Shen is just such a good pick in this game.
Yeah, it brings you so much safety, and it's like the all right.
Oh,
well,
no.
Shen's getting another kill here. He does have Ignite, and
okay. Oh no! Oh, so close.
Oh man, dude, I'm pretty sure Silas had the E as well to dodge that, but I don't think he was like thinking about it.
He had, if he flashed a little bit to the side, he would have survived 100%. It was really close, honestly. If he flashes a little bit, he's alive, but the extra damage from the Ignite is what takes down the kill, I feel. So, unlucky for the Silas, but there's still a chance. Like, Silas will be a menace on the sideline, and he can take the Stand United if there's ever a chance where Silas will fight the Shen. Oh, no, Poppy.
Oh no. No, leave him alone. Alright, thank you, Nelia. Jesus. I see Garrett on my screen, and my heart drops. Oh, great hook though, coming out from it. Awesome. Yeah. But I don't think there's a damage follow-up there. They're gonna get Lux really low, but it's not gonna be enough.
Right now, Bane needs to get her first item. With that, I think you can threaten more kills.
And we also do see Hercules maybe looking for something here. Tyke misses everything. Lands a W though. They're really looking for the fight here. That's gonna be...
Oh, she didn't get the stun.
Killer instinct to give Waka Waka an extra shield. He's gonna flash forward. The sun goes up to the reversal. Going in, but Key Lime now gonna be looking to take people down with the Stormbringer here. Key Lime's gonna be on a killing spree here. Hercules gonna be the next one to fall. Great karma Q there, and Key Lime, he looks very big because of the Stormbringer. Oh my lord! Did he buy an elixir? Why is he so big?
No, it's just the Stormbringer, which made him so huge, actually.
His model just looked way bigger than usual. I didn't think Stormbringer make you look that big, but either way, that's going to be another dragon going on to, Team Joe Momma, and, honestly, a much-needed advantage here against Team Rocket.
Yeah, another good fight taken, and I gotta say, Waka Waka, what a smooth ultimate that he did, because he dashed to the side as soon as the Silas dashed as well with the stolen Kai'Sa ultimate, and that made it so that the Kai'Sa was in prime position to trade against the Silas. It was a really smooth ultimate, it wasn't that obvious, but it was so well done, and that facilitated the kills for the Bolivar that was just arriving to the fight.
Yeah, team fights right now, it's gonna be a struggle if you're on the side of Team Rocket, because, this Volibear is just so ahead right now. He's just going to do a great job at being able to set the Kai'Sa. And not to mention, the Karma also is going to play a huge part in allowing the Kai'Sa to reposition. There's the Shen ult to really protect the Kai'Sa or whoever engages. And, Lux is just going to be Lux. She might hit a Q, she might not, but her presence is, is appreciated, and she is doing her best. So, I don't really know how to sell you guys on the Lux, but everything else really makes sense to me.
Lux is Lux. I agree with the Lux. I feel like she's just one pick that doesn't seem that if he hit that, it just doesn't seem like a pick that it's so massive or flashy. But she just does a lot behind the scenes, kind of like the Karma, but with more damage.
Okay. Oh, okay. It's not Garen, so I'm okay with this. But
Garen is coming here.
No! Don't kill the Garen. Kill the Poppy. If you're gonna take someone out, take out the top. No, meanwhile, the mid lane though, a huge fight's gonna be breaking out. I don't think you win this at all. And the shit, come on, Garen! They got the kill on the shit. Let's go, Garen. That's all the Garen here, but meanwhile, in the mid lane, it's not really looking good. Yeah, Volibear's gonna get taken down. Now Yoshi now looking to pop off. Big buoy hole. Shutdown going on to the Vayne. As Waka Waka was nowhere near mid lane there. But a lot of doves happening for Ricky and the rest of Team Rocket. Sorry, I'm a big fan of Ricky right now. I'm a Ricky fan.
But it's really important. The fact that they get a shutdown on the Shen, a shutdown on the Volibear, and a kill on the Karma, that is massive. Even though the Kai'Sa, was pushing the bot lane, they are getting gold back, and Vayne is the prime benefactor of those kills. So that in and of itself is so massive. Huge hook.
Another great hook, and Yoshi is just going to be able to get that third hit in. And remember what we were talking about earlier, TDS? This is going to be a game where Vayne is going to be the center of attention, next to the Garen, of course.
And she with the card. She's 2,000 gold. Oh wait, Kai'Sa.
Waka Waka. There's the Stand United coming in.
Oh, nice.
Somebody gets taken out here. It's going to be meta awesome, but Hercules maybe looking to be a martyr here to let the Vayne live, but really nicely done by Waka Waka. Great punch.
Yeah, and importantly, yes, meta awesome died, but crucially, Garen takes down the top lane turret, so he is getting gold as well. And the Vayne now is backing, so she will get an influx of gold. Oh, Sylas.
That was an ult. That was an ult for sure.
It's to create a space. He's trying to create a space so that the Vayne can come back with the BF sword and the pickaxe.
That's true. That's true.
Ouch.
All right, but what a great deny for the Poppy, but it doesn't really matter here now. Now is she gonna be in a little bit of trouble here? Is half HP, but the Stormbreaker now gonna be coming in from Keyline. He's gonna be looking to go in with the ultimate, and now look at this. Vayne's gonna get down. No, the Vayne just silence her for a little bit longer, but she flashes towards the enemy. She's one hit away from death. Somehow she still lives. That's Vayne's spot. We've ever seen it now. Now Yoshi now gonna get blue spited, but won't not matter. The Vayne will be able to live somehow. Now Yoshi turns it around.
Team Rocket,
oh my God.
They are playing this so well. Even though they are so far behind, they are denying the dives and the attempts from the side of Team Joe Mama so well. The Vayne survived so long, and even though they are 3 breaks down, they don't have a lot of pressure on him up. Garen is alone farming, so he's getting his gold, and the Vayne is also in a really well spot.
Yeah, it's quite crazy how the Vayne never got taken down. There were so many instances where I feel like the Vayne actually did misplay, but the great locket of the Iron Solari from Meta Awesome barely keeps her alive. And look at this, Meta Awesome now going to be looking for the flank, but no follow-up. Everyone's just too far. E misses, and
close.
They just get away.
Yeah, and Meta Awesome, I really like what he did there. He just walked towards them. He didn't need to use the hook or any of his engaged tools. He just stuns the first target. Oh wait, no, Garen.
Get away from him! Leave him alone! No! If you take him out, you're just mean. You're just a bully. But meanwhile, speaking of other events happening, Poppy ultimate. What? That was well played. And Garen died.
The first time I've seen that.
No. Alright, I'm sad about the Garen dying, but also a great pick over in the river there. It looks like Meta Awesome was caught out. Really interesting interaction with the Poppy ult. I guess it counts the knockback, but Dragon Soul is up. That's definitely going on over to... Oh, okay, Hercules, you don't do damage. Okay.
You're alone?
Okay, buddy. Oh, that's killer instinct. Oh, alright. Oh, okay, so you got it there.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, now you're dead. Now Yoshi, get away from there. No, don't go in one by one. Please, no. It's not happening, TDS. They got the Ocean Soul, and 3 people kind of just died one by one. Or 2 people just died one by one, so...
Yeah. It's the controversial one at a time strategy. They tried to actually put it off, and I feel like... oh no, Nayoshi.
You can't tunnel vision for the cannon minion! You can't tunnel vision for the cannon minion, bro! That's Vayne spawning if I've ever seen it, man. No! You can't tunnel into the wall, bro! Oh, no, he's out.
Okay.
Oh, man. Wow.
I cannot. He just went forward for the cannon. That's AD carry mentality.
He didn't even get it. This is the best part. I am baffled. Impressed, even. You know what? This mid turret's going down, though. That's gonna happen, but Awesome gonna be going down here. Stormbringer coming in hot. Another Stormbringer from the Silas this time, trying to get on top of Waka Waka. But Waka Waka just eats him up like it's nothing. And now the fight's gonna continue.
Oh no, what a hitch
Onto the vein, and Hercules is all left alone as Garen is doing the heroic thing and trying to win the game. But the rest of the team for Joe Mama is looking to push it down mid. But Garen going for the base race. I believe in him. He will win the game.
I think if you give this burst to the Garen, he will win the game for you. But the team doesn't
100%.
deliver. Poor Garen, he tried his hardest.
Yeah.
They're really going for the win here.
They really are, dude. Thank goodness we have the Garen, though. He's backdooring right now. I think he's 1-1 to the Lux. He's got to win it, too. No, it doesn't look like he's going to win it. Game's over. Joe Mama gets dubbed,
okay,
and...
okay.
Oh my
I think she has a victory.
I think
What
that's... What a game, TDS. Man, that was a lot of fun, not going to lie. Great job by Team Rocket. I think they did their best there. But Team Joe Mama, they get the much-needed win over Team Rocket. And they end the day with 1-2 scoreline.
Yeah, that is still important. Picking up wins, even though you may lose in the overall score, one win is still valuable enough for the next week and going forward.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it counts in the end, and you got to rack up as many wins as you can to really further your standings. So, but you're right. This was a fun game. It might be one-sided, but it was actually a fun game to watch.
If Garen gets the kill at the top at first blood, I think it's a different game.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he can carry that.
Actually, for a newbie like myself, it makes me think that I have a chance to actually play this game, and pick it up. So maybe it gives me motivation to get going. But, it was a fun game, and it's nice to see Joe Mama picking up that win there. A lot of people in chat there, XT, was saying, how do you talk so fast there? That's really on-point casting. That's a great job. So
thank you,
yeah, so I want to see if we can get some interviews here, maybe from either both teams or at least one of them. So if we can get one of them to hop on, that'll be great. Lime or Trillion, if you can get them to join us here. But so what was the key there for Joe Mama really winning that match? I mean, that specific game 3.
Either the Shen or the Kaisa, because Kaisa never felt too far behind, so she was always a threat, and the Shen was always using the Stand United correctly, his ultimate, so his value was always there. Every time that a fight seemed bad for the side of Joe Mama, the Shen was there, and that really turned the tides a lot of times.
Yeah, okay. I also agree. I think it was either between the Shen and the Kaisa. I will say, I think the Garen was definitely the biggest threat on the side of Team Rocket.
Yep.
So I think Team Joe Mama did a good call on just trying to get the Shen ahead before the Garen does 1v him all the time. But jokes aside, I really think a lot of that game was thanks to Waka Waka on the Kaisa. Was super aggressive, was always proactive with the plays, and his team was willing to really back him up with the Volibear and the Shen. So I really think hats off to Kaisa. And honestly, what a great, well-played game by Joe Mama. I'm glad they were able to close the last game of the night out with a win for themselves.
So guys, is that MVP? Maybe?
Yeah. I think he deserves it. I think he deserves it.
Waka Waka gets it for me too. That's a Waka Waka dub.
Yeah, there was a point there I was watching where Waka Waka had multiple kills in a row, and it was really impressive there. I think that was the time where everybody was just funneling one at a time to him. It was taking him out individually. But
that's where AD carries shine, when people are running into you and you can kill them slowly.
Yeah, so we do have somebody here joining us, Nelio. Congratulations on winning the series there. How do you guys feel as a team there?
We thought we should have gotten game 1, and then game 2 was a little struggle, and so it was good to get a win game 3. Every win counts. So we're still getting used to playing with each other and learning what we like, what we dislike, and but I think we definitely can make it. This team is pretty awesome.
So I think there was a point there, Neilio, where XT called you out for taking out some player there, XT. Who was that player again?
You know, you
On
did
the
get a
top
lot
lane
of
there.
I think you got a lot of the 1v1s against Garen, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we do have Waka Waka joining us here. I think you've been voted as the MVP for tonight's match. Congratulations. How do you guys feel as a team? And how about yourself?
First of all, great to be here, guys. Thanks for congratulations, and I think my team performed better. That first game, it was really close, and I think we had some macro misplays and some bad decision making. But in the end, on the third game, we kind of clutched it out. We're not going to talk about the second game, so just these two games.
Yeah.
The casters, do you guys have any questions for our two players here, either Emilio or Waka Waka?
I feel like mainly because I couldn't watch the first two games. So my main thing would be, how did you got back into the groove for the game 3? Because based on what I've heard, the second game was a stomp. So obviously, kind of getting back into the mentality to play the third game and try and turn it back around is kind of hard. So I'm kind of curious how you guys did it.
So Neil, you want to take this one?
So mainly after game 2, we kind of came together to say, all right, that was just one game, and we started playing for game 3. I think Joe came up with a good plan, and got players comfortable, and so I think that's what helped us get game 3.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's basically a team effort, basically. Especially Keith Keylime, with the strong mentals, he was very optimistic, and he kind of lifted the team spirit. So yeah, shout out to Keylime.
Yeah, our commissioner for our tournament here. So, well, congratulations. Thanks for joining us here in the cast, and looking forward to your game next week against Charlie and the Pentakill Factory. So, let's see what strats or what preparations you guys do for that game. So, thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much, guys. Shout out to the casters, and shout out to my friend Florence for supporting, and everyone else for supporting our for supporting the stream.
Thank you. All right, so I think that does it for tonight. I want to thank our awesome casters here. XT, that was a phenomenal job, right? Your casting was on point, and you as well, TBS. It was very informative. It was a pleasure watching and listening to the cast itself. Because myself, I learned a lot just by listening to you guys talk about the actual strats and what to do and what not to do. So for me, it's it's a learning experience. What do you think, Freedom?
I'm gonna watch the VOD because there's a lot to digest there. It's almost like going to school. Your online school. You listen, and if you want to learn the game, watch the games, listen to their casting.
Yeah, man, that was really awesome job, XT, and hopefully you can join us again in the future. If your schedule permits, and you as well, TDS. Thank you at least for being able to join us here for Game 3.
Yeah, I wish I could have been here earlier. I
yeah.
really wanted to be a part of this. So
we're looking forward. Yeah, we're looking forward to you joining us in the future cast. We do have a few more, actually a lot more games to go. It's still early in July, so we'll coordinate the schedule. So hopefully you can join us then. We also want to give a shout out to Barely Noah for joining us for games 1 and 2.
Noah,
yeah, he did an excellent job as well.
Another MVP.
Yeah, so speaking of Barely Noah, his team SFC Telecom T1 is facing Joe Momma next week on Monday. So if we can show that graphic real quick for our schedule. Again, these broadcasts are always Mondays and Tuesday nights. So, plan your routine around that, right? 7 p.m., you got home from work or you're just rolling in, grab dinner and enjoy the cast, right? We have awesome casters and very informative. And even for newbies like us, right? Myself and Freedom here, right? We learn a lot, and perhaps we can join the season 2, right? This is our pilot season, so we have our 4 teams, but maybe in the season 2 we can have more seasons and even create a newbie division just for us, right? So XT, how can people follow you? Social media, anything that they can follow you with?
Yeah, I don't really use it as often as I'd like, but you can definitely check me out at EMOCXT on Twitter. I sometimes post there, I sometimes don't. You can take that risk if you want. But otherwise, you could probably just add me on Discord. I'm always happy to chat and like talk shop if you guys want. But super happy to be casting. It's always a ton of fun getting some time off work to be able to do this. And yeah, that's me.
Thanks, XT. And how about you, TDS? Is there handle that people can follow you, or on Twitter or Instagram?
Pretty much I post on Twitter every time that I cast. I've been trying to do it more regularly, so I've been casting a lot recently. And every time that I have a new cast, I post in my Twitter TDS casts. I hope that you guys can follow me and support me in any cast that I do. I will try to keep on doing this and enjoy this as much as I have been doing already.
Thanks, TDS. Thanks, Freedom, for hosting us again for Sidestone Gaming, making this happen for us to be able to have this fundraiser for Angkor. And most of all, thank you for our viewers. We peaked at around 80 plus viewers, and we held there for a good amount of time, really strong. So thanks again for tuning in, and join us again next Monday on July 19th. And this is going to be a pretty good matchup here. SFC Telecom T1 versus Momma. So see you guys then.
I followed you, TDS. There you go.
Yay.
All right.
One more.
For that. There you go.
All right, GG's. See you guys next week. Take care.
See you guys later.
Thanks for having us. Have a good night.